Is this gonna work? Okay, now we're live. So, sorry about that. I wanted to stream at exactly 8:30, but it turns out... Oops. No, that's not it. How did this work? Properties. Video capture device 2. Properties. Add video capture device 2. There we go. Okay, I'm fixing it. Don't worry. I'm fixing it. And just move that to the center. That should do the trick. So that's working. So apparently my video capture devices got switched. That's why this wasn't working. So now I gotta fix all of these. Is this one correct? Okay. Jorge Vega says hi. I would like to say hi as well. Let's hope the chat will allow me to resize it properly. Nope, it's not going to. Of course not. So this thing is still doing this thing where it's not... You can see like my face is now white now because the majority of the window is now white. And it's doing this stupid thing where it's not resizing properly in the new window. Can I refresh this? There we go. Okay, so a refresh fixed it. Okay, now I fixed it. Now this is working. Okay, so Vega and Caden say hi. I would like to say hello as well and apologize for my late introduction to the stream. YouTube decided to be stupid, so I just repasted the stream key into OBS Studio and that fixed it. So now the stream is actually working again. I don't know why it changed. The stream key never changed as far as I'm aware. But whatever, just redoing it just made it good again. Caden says I just got a Power Force 3537. That's wonderful. Very, very wonderful. Ow, why did I just get cut? There's no collapse. This isn't even cracked. Oh well. Oh my, I just missed like a bunch of messages. Okay, how is everyone on this beautiful Saturday night? It is Saturday night. Also, I can't seem to find my iPhone. I don't know where it is. I probably should open up the Find My app and find it, because I can't seem to find it. Obviously my 6S, obviously the 6 Plus is in my hand. So, I may have left it in my car. Actually, I probably should check that before I turn on any kind of alarm. Alright, well, whatever. I'll check it later. Car's locked, so it shouldn't be a big deal. It'll just get cold. Maybe it'll explode. Let's see. Kane says, I know, right? Yep. So, it's pretty... My hair is always a mess. I need to get another haircut. Really need to get another haircut. Kirby Movie Smashers says, hi. I say hi as well. I have 2 Note 5s. Don't know why. I just have 2 of them sitting in my hand right now. AT&T black one and a Verizon gold one. Hello? 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 Hi. Anyways, just a gold SIM card tray. Does this SIM card tray have any scratches on it? Let's see. Open this one up. Oh, what did I just... This is why I don't like scratches, because like, now there's some scuffs on the bottom of here, so when I move it alongside my mouse pad, it, like, catches some of the fibers. I want to test it with this and see if it works with AT&T. I already tested it with all the other carriers, and I'm about to list this on the Facebooks so I can get some money. Let's see. Cameron42 says hello there. You get bonus points for using the British accent. Or at least I'm assuming that's what that is. Or maybe it's Australian. I love Australian accents. Have I mentioned that before? I'm sure I have. Braden D says hello. Hello, Braden D. What is your avatar pic? I'm trying to tell what it is. Hi, Braden. Let's see, is this thing going to work on AT&T? There's no reason why it shouldn't. Might be doing some stupid stuff. Let's see. Status. Not roaming, disconnected. But it does get signal strength, and it does detect the phone number, so it is working. Okay. Alrighty then. Hello. Everyone's now saying hello to each other. That's such a beautiful sight. So, oh, that's the wrong one. That's the. It has the AT&T SIM card in it. Pull that back out, and this should go. When are you going to do vacuum cleaner requests? I'm really starting to get agitated at these at people saying that, because it's like I've literally spent the last week straight doing daily uploads of vacuums that people are requesting, and so it's very frustrating whenever I do exactly what people tell me to do, and then people still act as if like I'm not doing that. Oh, you were asking Braden. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that. I thought you were saying that to me. Because if you don't specify the person's name, I'm gonna assume that you're talking to me. So sorry about that. Let's see. Oh. Bapos just joined in the chat, and I somehow completely missed that. Also, Jack's Vax and Safety. I believe he's been in the stream before. We got a full house tonight. We got 10 viewers, double digits. Okay, this is upcoming this week, hopefully. Sorry to describe that. Yeah, Braden kind of struggles with time, which is understandable. I think there's a few others who've been doing with that. You know, obviously life is prioritized. If you have a life outside of YouTube, keyword if, then that's priority over YouTube for most people. Unless you're like PewDiePie or someone who's like super successful. Insert floppy disk. I just got an Xbox. Literally, this shelf is crammed full of Xbox 360s. It's just crammed. There's 4 Xbox 360s. I have an Xbox 360 Elite, an Xbox 360 Pro, an Xbox 360 Arcade, which ironically has the biggest hard drive, and an Xbox 360 Pro, which has the smallest hard drive. So I have a 120, a 500, and a 20. So, yeah. Anyways, so I'm gonna put this SIM card back in here, and this will go back into this phone. This SIM card tray isn't really... Oh, does it have a scratch on it? Nope. Doesn't have a scratch on it. So I'm going to put this gold SIM card tray in the AT&T Note 5. Because why not? And I don't need to turn that on. Where's my Sprint one? I need to go grab my Sprint one and see what the SIM card looks like in that one. IBM 2020. Where's my Sprint Note 5? Let me go grab it. That is in the T-Mobile box. So that's in this box, because I have two Note 5 boxes. The Verizon one holds my AT&T Note 5, and the T-Mobile one holds my Sprint Note 5. Makes sense? Alright, so I want to see how well the SIM card tray looks on this Sprint variant. Yeah, that looks good too. I don't really see any scratches on that one. Let's see. I'm hoping to see a review on the PowerForce 3522-5. Well, you will be very happy very soon, because I actually, today I'm posting the video on the 2190, and tomorrow is the video on the 3522-5. And then afterwards will probably be either the Destiny Plus or the Power Glide, depending on which one gets more requests, or at least which one I remember had more requests. Yes. Well, I haven't been here very long, but I was planning on listening to Fancy Nancy when I got this. I don't know what that is, but it sounds Fancy Nancy. That has a Sprint SIM card in it, of course. Or does this SIM card tray have a little dent on it? I'm like splitting hairs at some point, because I'm literally trying to see which SIM card tray has the least amount of scratches on it. So it actually looks like... Oh, well, is that a scratch? That doesn't have any scratches on it. And this one also doesn't have any scratches on it. Actually, no, this one has less scratches on it. So this one, so that one I'm going to keep. And then this SIM card tray, the one that I just put in this AT&T one, is going to go in the Sprint one. This looks really stupid what I'm doing right now. Literally just taking the SIM card trays out of phones and putting them inside. Oh, I just realized this gold one has a little dent on it. So this one will go in the AT&T one. There we go. And then this Sprint one, the original one that this had in it, will go back in it, because that one's the prettiest. I just realized this Sprint SIM card has like some black markings on the top of it. So I will put this one in instead. This is the Sprint one. And there we go. And then this one gets this one, right? And then this one gets that one. This one's already turned on. There's no SIM card in there. Yep, that's correct. Turn this off. And since I got all of these here, can I remember which one even went, which one went to which box? Are these boxes the same? No, this one's like a slightly different tint. So this one, I think, goes on this one, right? Maybe not. Oh well. Shouldn't matter too much, because I'm keeping both these boxes. So let's take this. Let's take all three of these and just turn them all on at the same time and see which one boots up quicker. 3, 2, 1. I can see these are all on. And let's see which one boots up the quickest. This is AT&T, this is Sprint, this is Verizon. And let's see which Note 5 is the fastest. Which one boots up first. I don't know if you can even see that. Oh, the Sprint one was first. Then, okay, then Verizon, then AT&T. The AT&T one has all my info on it, so that kind of makes sense. These other two are freshly reset and don't really have much on them. So, the Sprint Note 5 was actually the fastest, and the, okay, I hate this stupid activation garbage. Go away. I gotta find a way to disable that. So, the AT&T one, which has my fingerprint. So, both of these are running 5.1.1 Android, and this one's running Android Nougat. So this one's running the newest firmware. You probably cannot see that at all. If I get this to focus on my hand so it can focus on the screens, looks like that's not happening. Okay. So the middle one wins. Let's see, what did I miss? Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of people just spamming the comments with garbage. We need more mods here. Yeah, we need more mods. This is gross. All the people spamming stuff, please don't. Please don't. Okay, where's Boppo? Boppo. Add moderator. Oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. This is so annoying. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. There we go. So that's... And then, oops. What? Why is this downloading crap? Let's see. Okay, this is weird. Stupid stuff not working. Alright, put that back up to my face. And, let's see. You are also moderator. Don't abuse your mod power or I will gladly revoke it. Okay. Yeah, because we need more, because apparently the other moderators either aren't here or aren't being very active right now, which is fine. But it just means I gotta make things work. So this is my favorite Note 5. This is the one on Android 5.1.1, and it's Sprint, which I don't like Sprint, but they don't mess with the software very much. They just add their own crap on top of it. They don't take anything away like Verizon and AT&T do, where they remove certain functionality. So, and there's no insignia on the back either. It's just completely unbranded. The only reason you can tell it's Sprint is because it's a useless pile of garbage, network-wise. Because Sprint won't activate this anymore, probably. And there is no way you'll get this working on anything else. Because Sprint is super stingy about unlocking. I've literally called Sprint, and I've had a device that qualified for unlocking by every stretch of the imagination. And I call them, they're just like, no, we don't want to unlock it. And I'm like, well, what's the reason for it? And they're like, we don't know. Like, there's no reason why once you pay full retail price for this that it shouldn't be unlocked. There are other countries where it's actually illegal to lock the phone to the carrier, at least There are some of them where obviously once you pay for the phone, because if you buy your phone through a payment plan, then yeah, sure, keep it locked. But the moment you pay the last cent on your phone, it should be unlocked. It should just automatically unlock. There's no reason why it shouldn't be locked or shouldn't be unlocked. So obviously, if you want to lock it to the carrier as a way of, keeping the person from easily selling the phone to someone else with a different carrier without paying for the phone all the way, then yeah, I understand that. But once the person pays the last cent that day, it should immediately unlock. There is no excuse for not doing that. And why is this saying invalid SIM card? It's a Sprint SIM card. See, look, this is a Sprint SIM card I put in this phone. This is a Sprint phone. This is a Sprint phone. Look at this. Invalid SIM card. For some reason, I installed the Sprint Zone app. This is a Sprint phone, obviously. Now, watch this. Where's my SIM card tray? Or my SIM card tool? I don't know where I just put it. Okay. Clearly just disappeared. And I don't know why. Where has it gone? I don't know. Oh, it's sitting on my iPhone 4S. Okay. So, this is the Sprint Note 5. It says mobile data connection error. It says the network is preparing your services, and it says invalid SIM card. See that? Invalid SIM card. Obviously, this is live, so I can't doctor this. We're going to open up the SIM card tray. And, see, I'm holding it in frame. And do you see that? Do you see where it says Sprint? Can you see that? Focus, camera. I said focus. Good boy. See how it says Sprint? And it still didn't work? Kind of proves my point. That's why I pretty much can't sell this phone. An AT&T phone, great. A Verizon phone, great. Especially a Verizon phone. And a T-Mobile phone, okay to sell. Sprint, garbage. Garbage. This is solely a collectible. This is basically a live demo unit at this point. Pretty much nothing but Wi-Fi. And it's going to keep popping up that stupid message that says data connection error. And it's really stupid. Yeah, it says invalid SIM card. And it wants me to restart. So it's restarting. Yeah, so let's see. Bissels are good vacuums. That's true. This is Kyrie. If you want me to do a post on my channel, taking an iPhone 6s and replacing the screen. I've done that before. Buster1849 says hi. Add moderator. All right, so just got sentenced to 990 years in prison in BitLife. I have no idea what BitLife is. And see, it's doing the stupid activation nonsense that I don't care about, and I don't know any way to disable this. I know there's some way to disable it, but it's super frustrating trying to deal with that. Have you tried flashing an international ROM on it? You can on Note 5s. On the S7 you can. And the Note 7 you can flash an international ROM. You can't flash another carrier's ROM. I learned that the hard way. I tried to flash a T-Mobile ROM onto my Verizon Note 7, and I bricked it. Just completely bricked it. Thankfully, I was able to flash the original ROM, the original Verizon ROM back on here, and it is working again just as well as it was before. lost my data, but no big deal because this isn't my main phone anyways. And see, look at this. The SIM card has locked. This is a Sprint phone. I don't know what it's complaining about. So I could, in theory, possibly... oh, by the way, my point is that this is my S7. This is obviously a Verizon Galaxy S7, and this has the international ROM on it. It's G930U, even though this is a G930V S7. And it's working perfectly. There's no Verizon bloatware. It's unlocked. It's perfect. And I have not had the same luck installing it on my other Verizon S7, which is weird. It seems to just be completely random. So, and then Whoa Oreo says, Yo and Teletech, I need help. My Xbox 360 was red, then turned off, and I turned it on again, and then it will not turning on now. I need help. Please help. Did you watch the video? I'm assuming you're here from the Xbox video. Did you watch the video? Because the video says, it clearly explains how you can find the secondary error code. Or are you saying that it's not turning on at all? Because if that's the case, then of course the error codes aren't going to help you. What color is the light on your power supply when you turn it off? Because if the light is red, then your power supply is busted and you need a new power supply. If the light has no light at all, make sure the cables are all plugged in, and make sure your outlet's good and everything. Make sure that it's only the cable. And if that's the case, then again, just like if it was red, you may need to replace your power brick. So, actually, I have one right here. So, this thing. If you have this thing, this is the power brick. This is what I'm talking about. Has a little light on it. So, actually, let me plug this in, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So, once you... Okay, just ripped up my power strip. So once you plug this in, whenever this thing is idling, normally, it has an orange light on it. See that? It has an orange light. And then let me connect this to an Xbox so you can see. Oh my god. Running out of space here. So this is Sprint 1. Power this off. And I'm going to put the other Sprint card that I had in here back in here, because that one didn't give me any problems like this. There we go. So that's that. I'll move that out of the way. And all right. So here's the power brick. And you can see that it's orange. The light's orange right now. The contrast is kind of weird on my camera, but the cable keeps getting in the way. You see it's orange, right? Or yeah, yellow. It's yellow, orange, whatever you want to call that. It's like a yellowish orange. Actually, it does look more yellow, but either way, it's yellowish, orangish. It's not red, it's not green, and it's not off. So what's supposed to happen is when you take an Xbox and you plug in the power supply, once you turn the system on, this is supposed to turn green. See that? Now it's green. I just realized this makes a little noise. I didn't even notice that. So this is green right now, and you can see the Xbox is we can see the Xbox is turning on. So well, this one's red because there's no AV cables plugged in. So that's why. So that's why you're seeing that. So you can see now this is green. So this is what's supposed to happen, regardless of if your Xbox red rings. This is supposed to be green. If this is red, then your power supply is bricked. You can see if I unplug it, it flashes red for half a second, but it goes back to orange and to green when I turn it on. So that's what it's supposed to do. So if this doesn't have any sort of light at all, and your connections are good going to your Xbox and going from the power supply brick to the cable and into the wall, then your power supply is not working right. So try a new power supply, and once you try a new power supply, you could, then you'll know for sure if it's the power supply or if it's the Xbox. And also, go ahead and whenever you do power on your Xbox, take off your hard drive, because sometimes the hard drive being crap can Like if the hard drive dies, sometimes that can screw with the system and make it red ring. Or not turn on correctly. Anyways, so it's yellow. So is it yellow when you turn on the Xbox? Because if it's yellow, that's what it's supposed to be when the Xbox is off. And it's just idling. So when you turn on the Xbox, it should turn green. So what does it do when you turn on the Xbox? Does the Xbox just not get power? It still could be the power supply, and I would still try it, but it could be the system or the power supply. That's that. All right. And this I'm going to put away as well. Okay. So, PB68 man says I might get a gold Note FE. Sounds like a good idea. Whenever I get one, I'm gonna try to get a gold one too, since that's the only color I've never had for the Note 7-ish phones. Because for the Note 7, I've owned the blue one, the black one, and the silver one. Never had the gold. So if I can't get a gold Note 7, I want to get a gold FE. Even though the blue is still my favorite color, since I've never had a gold one, I want to, try a gold one and see if I like it. I believe it's the same gold that's on the S7 and S7 Edge, so it would probably look exactly the same as my gold S7. And I'll soon be getting a gold S7 Edge, so pretty soon I'll be getting, because I got the Note 4 in a bundle where I will be getting two S7 Edges and an S6 Edge Plus. That's black. Caden says, should I upload more vacuum videos? Sure, if you want to. Power supply burns when you spill water on the Xbox power supply. Well, that's a shock. I think I've successfully tracked down a red Hoover Wide Path Elite. That is fantastic news. I am super happy for you. Galaxy Note 5. Since I'm a moderator, what are the things I shouldn't do? Well, really the whole point of the moderator is just to, I think you also asked earlier why I added the moderator. Because I trust you to not do stupid things. And there are some people in this chat that I don't trust to not do stupid things if I made them a mod. And we need more mods. So, basically, it's really not that simple. It's really pretty simple. Like, if I see you remove a comment that I don't think you should remove, I'll just be like, hey, don't remove stuff like that. And that's it. It's just the only real difference is that if I make you a mod, then I know that you won't abuse your mod power, essentially, if that makes sense. That's basically all it is. It's just there for if someone just says stupid comments or tries to. It's really all there is, because it's just a moderator for comments. It doesn't change anything on the normal videos. It's only during the streams. So you're basically just like you're not an associate. You're like a CSM. If you ever worked at Walmart, you know what I'm talking about. So you're like a CSM essentially, and I'm the manager. Yay. So that's basically what that is. I hope I explained it in a way that made sense. Hopefully. Hello? Hey, what's up? No, this isn't a real phone. Okay, bye-bye. Well, this is a real phone, but I'm not coming on a real phone. Hey, hello? Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, this isn't a real phone. Nope, this isn't a real phone. Oh, this still has the plastic on it. Should I peel the plastic off this? See how it's like not placed on there correctly, but it has the plastic on it. It's just a dummy unit. It's not, and it's actually bulging. Like it's the back cover is like not on there correctly. I'm trying to like adhere it down, and it's not bent, but it just like the adhesive has just come undone. There we go. I can kind of squeeze it back together. I put the power cord in and the power box is yellow, but the Xbox will not turn on. Okay, yeah, that could be the system or it could be the power supply. So I hope this probably won't be easy, but if you have another Xbox or another power supply you can test on, then try that. And then you can narrow it down to see if it's the actual power supply or if it's the console. I believe this display unit came from Canada. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came from Canada. So, yes. One time I saw a person from South Korea using a Gold Note 5. Sounds about right. A couple times at work I've seen people use international Samsung phones. Like one of my dad's coworkers, he had me fix his Note 9, and his was it was a black dual SIM variant, because he's in the military and he got it while he was deployed in Qatar. So he tried to use it on Verizon, and apparently they told him it would work on Verizon, but I guess they didn't understand the difference in American networks. So he switched to AT&T so that way it would work correctly. Because even though it was factory unlocked, it's still, international phones don't play well with Verizon and Sprint and US Cellular in the US, because unlike the rest of the world, we still have carriers that use CDMA technologies instead of GSM. So as a result, they're not cross-compatible. Although every CDMA phone has GSM bands because it needs GSM bands. So a Verizon phone will work on AT&T from a structural perspective, but an AT&T phone will not work on Verizon. Since AT&T's GSM, Verizon is CDMA. Like here's AT&T, here's Verizon. So this will work with this carrier, but this won't work with this carrier. Make sense? Good. This AT&T one I'm going to put away as well, so I don't need to use that right now. My Xbox 360 still works. Yes, my Xbox 360 still works. All 6 of them. Because I got 4 right here. And then I got my Slim, and then I got the other Xenon. So I have 2 Xenons right now. One is the Blade dashboard, and the other one's just a random one that works but is loud. And then I got a Falcon and 2 Jaspers. And then I have a Slim. I don't remember if it's a Trinity or a Winchester, or I think there's a third version of the Slims. It's from 2012 because it's the Halo 4 edition. So it might be the later editions of the phone. What is your favorite carrier? Mine's AT&T. Mine, I mean, in my life I've only ever used T-Mobile. I've been on Verizon, T-Mobile, Virgin Mobile, which I believe is now owned by Sprint. So I guess you could technically say Sprint. And no, it's not Sprint, it's separate. So I've been on T-Mobile, Virgin Mobile, and Verizon. Right now, I've never tried Cricket, but that's the one where, because right now my dad's paying for my phone bill. So if I decide to get my own phone plan and I was paying my own money for my own phone, I would be using Cricket. So I don't know if that kind of answers the question. But because Cricket seems to be, it's their GSM. So if I'm, for my own personal use, I want a GSM carrier. Now, a Verizon rep told me that they're finally switching over to GSM, and that I'll be able to just get a new SIM card and then use it in GSM phones. If that's the case, then I have no problem staying with Verizon, even when I get my own plan, because they do have the best coverage where I live. But that's a deal breaker for me, is having GSM, an active GSM SIM card. So if I don't want to have multiple carriers, and they don't switch to GSM, then it looks like I'm going to be at least attempting to switch to Cricket. Maybe Cricket will suck so bad that I won't be able to use it, but I've heard good things about it, and I've had really bad experience with Straight Talk, and T-Mobile is useless out here. Otherwise, I'd keep using T-Mobile, but T-Mobile is just a brick out here where I live, at least of the last time I checked it, which was about 3 years ago. So maybe them buying out Sprint will make that better, but Sprint has really bad coverage here too, so I don't see how that would make a difference. Let's see. Oh, did I mention that the complete box PS3 is the Super Slim? I don't remember if I did. I've never had a Super Slim personally. The thing that gets me is it turned on the other day, referring to the Xbox. Let's see. Have you heard of this called Gotcha Life or Not Quite? Or Gotcha? I don't know how you pronounce that. So I've never heard of that. So I definitely have not heard of it because I've only heard of it just now. So my Xbox 360 freezes. It's from 2008. Yeah, so I have. What is this one from? I believe this one's from 2007. This Xenon. Yeah, this is from. See, this kills me because this. Wait, is this an Opus? No, it's a Xenon. See, this is from December of 2007, well after they stopped manufacturing Xenons. Supposedly, but this says manufacture date 12/11/2007, and this is a Xenon. This isn't an Opus. Because I've wanted an Opus, just because Opuses are really hard to find, but this is a Xenon. This has the extra pin for a Xenon, and it's 16 amps. So this is a Xenon. But this was made in 2007. Late December of 2007, or maybe if I'm reading that wrong, November of 2007. And they moved to Zephyr units in like June or July. No. They moved to Zephyr units in April when the Elite came out. But the Pros, which is what this is an Xbox 360 Pro. This is a Xenon. So I don't understand why this should have been a Zephyr and had the HDMI. Or maybe even a Falcon, because Falcons were already out at this point. So never mind Zephyrs, this is supposed to be a Falcon. Because Falcons came out late 2007. This is December of 2007, so this should be a Falcon. But it's not a Falcon, it's a Xenon. So it's not a Zephyr, it's not an Opus, it's a Xenon. And so yeah, that's really bizarre. I didn't even think about that till just now. But this is supposed to be a Falcon, but it's a Xenon. So there's no HDMI, and it's not an Opus because it has 16 amps and it's a power plug with the tab. So let's see. PV68 Man says my first carrier was Verizon. Do you still have Verizon? Jorge says you can look it up on Google or YouTube to find out. Referring to what? Are you referring to the Xboxes? Who keeps saying Xbox ESAC? I don't even know what that's supposed to... Is that supposed to be referencing something that I don't understand? I have two phones right here. Two phones. And this actually is 64 gigs. So it's saying 64 gigs actually matches. Because this is 64. This is 32. So this one... Where's my gold one? This one, I think is 32. I'm pretty sure. Is this 32 or 64? I think it's 32. Yeah, 32. Okay. So this one's a 32 gig. Note 5. No, I'm on AT&T now. How do you like AT&T? Because I considered, because if I was still living in Kentucky, I probably would have gotten T-Mobile because it's really good there, and Verizon's kind of iffy there. But in Missouri, well, same thing with Missouri, because whenever I was in Kansas City, T-Mobile was pretty much the best carrier. I mean, that's why we had it up until we moved here. And here, T-Mobile is completely useless, whereas in KC, in Missouri and Kansas, it's pretty good, at least through majority of it. Presumably, T-Mobile would be good if I was in, like, Chicago, presumably. But where I actually live, which is obviously much more important, T-Mobile has pretty much no service. So it seems like Illinois is just the weird rough spot for T-Mobile when Indiana is fine, Kentucky's fine, and Missouri is fine, signal-wise. But Illinois is just really bad for T-Mobile cell reception and data reception, just reception in general. Like you won't get bars, or you'll get like one or two, and the quality is going to be very bad. So I don't understand what's up with that. Also, I think Florida is one where T-Mobile seems to work just fine, because I don't remember having any issues there either. I'm trying to think where else in the country I've even been. I'm not sure where I've been. Is that all the states that I've been to? Wow. Unless you count like driving through states, but I don't really remember driving through states. Let's see. I don't know what Gacha Life is either. It is some sort of vending machine game they would like have in Japan. It's an app. Wait, what's an app? And AT&T makes 5G SIM cards, and everything must make 5G phones. Do you have that? No. 5G will not work unless you have, for Galaxy phones, if you have a Galaxy S10 Plus 5G, a Galaxy Note 10 Plus 5G, or presumably the new Galaxy S20 is rumored to have all 5G models. But that is yet to be confirmed because obviously the phone isn't released yet. So, yeah, my first carrier was Verizon, and I still use it, but I go through Straight Talk, yes. Well, if I was going to go through Straight Talk, I wouldn't be using Verizon, I'd be using AT&T. But I've had such bad experience with Straight Talk trying to activate it for customers that I refuse to use it just at this point because it's just very frustrating. Caden says, I might get a Samsung Galaxy Note 9 soon. You should. They're very wonderful. They are very, very nice phones. It's pretty much my favorite phone of all time. So, yeah. So that's pretty snazzy. So, don't look up Gacha Life. Trust me. Okay. Gotcha. Gacha. Never heard of that before. So you're telling me to not look it up, so I'm not going to look it up. Oh, did I mention that I got this Note 4? And this one I just have to get it unlocked. I think that was kind of the start of... This one's in really good condition, too. So currently I own a Note 4 in... Because I just found out they actually made a red Note 4. I thought they only made 4 different variants, but they made 5, I think. I know they didn't make a silver one. At least I haven't seen one. But, so the Note 4 exists in 5 different colors, and I own 3 of them. I own it in white, in black, and in gold. I don't have the red, and I don't have the pink. What would you say the best iPhone is? Hands down, the iPhone 6s Plus, in my opinion, was the best iPhone they ever made. Because the iPhone 6 Plus is great, but it's a poorly built piece of garbage. This thing bends, it dents, it breaks, the motherboard goes out, the charging port is weak in the 6s. There's just so many things wrong with this design, and it's still not perfect. It's still pretty poor on the 6s Plus and the 7 Plus and the 8 Plus, but the 6s Plus seemed to have the least number of issues between the 6, the 6s, and the 7. So the Space Gray 6s Plus is my favorite iPhone. So with the second place being the product red iPhone 8 Plus and the gold 10s Max and the midnight green. I would assume the midnight green 11 Pro Max would probably be my favorite iPhone out of all of them. But, because I do like that frosted glass. It does feel kind of nice. But actually, no, the 6s Plus would still be my favorite just because of the fact that it doesn't have the glass that's really hard to repair. And the 7 Plus has a lot of durability issues just like the 6 Plus. So, and because it still doesn't have wireless charging, but also doesn't have the headphone jack, I put that below all the new ones. The 8 Plus, the 10s Max, and the 11 Pro Max. So, and as you can tell, I obviously only like the Plus variants. The regular iPhone 10 it's okay, it's just too small. Same story with, the 6 and the 5S and the SE and the 5C and all that stuff. So, let's see. Heads up, there's another result for the mobile phones. Moto Phone 345 speeds, Galaxy 10.465 speeds, iPhone 10L S, iPhone XLS. What is that? iPhone 10? Is that iPhone 10s Max? iPhone 10 large S? Not sure what that's supposed to mean. So, yeah, not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. So, yeah. Oh my, I just missed a bunch of messages. Where is my 6S? I don't know where I put it. So, I got a Note 4 and a Note 5 in their advertised colors. Note 5, Note 4. Gotta love those sounds. I'm gonna try to get this stupid thing unlocked again. Playing the good old games, playing GTA San Andreas while watching this. Yes. Vacuum my room. Lol. I don't have carpet. There's nothing to vacuum. I want to get a Swiffer sweeper vac, which I used to think they didn't have them on the market, but I looked in Walmart the other day and they actually do have them. They're $50 though. They're $50 and I couldn't do a price match on it. At some point, I'd like to buy one of the new Power Forces just to see what the unboxing experience is like and do a sort of review on a new one. And I'd probably end up returning it because I don't need one, because I already have one. So I kind of feel bad at returning something that was good, but I mean, I would take very good care of it, and obviously, like, I would make it to be where you literally can't even tell that it was ever opened, because I would keep all the material and everything. So, what do you think about replacing my own screen on an iPhone 6s? You should be able to do it. I mean, it's just a matter of finding a good quality part. That's the worst part about iPhone repair is that Apple is so anti-repair that trying to find good quality replacement parts for Apple products, especially screens, is just really, really unfortunate. So you're never gonna find OEM Apple screens. So you just have to go with replacements. See, the best thing to do is if you can find a company that actually refurbishes the original screens, meaning where they put new glass on it, but it's still the original Apple LCD. If you can find one of those, that is the best one to get because you still have the quality of the original display. And in the case of your 6S, you have the best 3D touch as well. So yeah. So that's the best thing to do. At my Walmart, the Swiffer Sweeper vac is only $20. Well, buy one and send it to me, and I'll pay you $30 for it. This video is requested. The worst morning ever. Nah. Sounds like a filthy Frank Brennan Rogers-esque video. Or Gus Johnson. Gus Johnson I really like. I've been watching his stuff a lot more recently. So that's pretty cool. Mobile Defenders is what I used back when I worked at a tech bench job. All those noises. I just want to unlock this stupid thing. Right, let me open up this stupid... Okay, let's pop out the chat so I can move this over here. Let me just open up a new tab and yeah, I want to unlock my phone, bro. I hate people say bro. Why did I do that? I know. I hate myself. Let's see. ATT unlock. That's a cheap price. It is a cheap price. Let's see. Unlock a phone or device. AT&T device unlock. You still have the Oric XL Classic and Hoover Runabout. I do. I was able to find a good quality screen. Would anybody want me to do a video on replacing it? Yeah, sure. Do a video on replacing it. It can't hurt. On my iPhone 4S. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I had an iPhone 4S screen that my work just gave me, and I can't find it for the life of me. I'm wondering if it slipped underneath my seat or something in my car, because I cannot find it for the life of me. Now, I don't have any cracked... Actually, no, I do have a cracked iPhone 4S. Because this one... you can see I dropped it, and it cracked above the... Whoa. That was weird. I just had a weird noise in my ear. You can see it cracked right above the earpiece, which is really weird. But the screen itself isn't cracked. There's no cracks on the screen. It just landed in, and that's really frustrating because everyone keeps telling me, guys, the iPhone 4 is such a strong phone, man. And like, yes, the aluminum is a lot, or the stainless steel is so much stronger than on the 5s and the 6s. And the 6S. And the 7. And the 8. Maybe even the 10. Because it doesn't have that shiny frame on it. So it doesn't get scratched up nearly as easily. So if you drop it on the frame, this phone's going to be a tank. But if you drop it on the front or the back, it's going to shatter. Because the glass is very brittle on this. And this thing's heavy. So it shatters the phone. You can tell, like, this fell from, like, right on my floor, and it cracked. Whereas the iPhone 5, I did a video where I took an iPhone 5, and I just kept dropping it face down. It never cracked. It never cracked. Never. I dropped it on this floor from well above my head, and it never cracked. So the glass on the 5 series is... Well, the glass on the 5 is really strong. But my 5S, I was holding it up to take a phone call, and it slipped out of my hand. My friend Aaron will tell you this, because he was... Or not Aaron. My friend Charlie will tell you, because he was there. Dropped this. I dropped the phone. It landed face down onto asphalt. Smooth asphalt. Smooth asphalt. And it had a case on it. Didn't have a screen protector. Whole screen just completely shattered. Like, it was destroyed. I could not swipe on it without... I got glass shards stuck in my fingers, and I cut my fingers pretty badly. And that was one drop. So, iPhones are really hit and miss as far as build quality and the glass strength. Because I've seen some people with 6Ss, because the 6S is when the glass started to get kind of strong. Again, or at all. And the 6S, I've seen people drop 6Ss and have them shatter. And I've seen people throw 6Ss off buildings and they still survive. It's just so weird. It's just so inconsistent. Whereas Galaxy phones are usually really consistent as far as the glass. Like, I did the drop test on the Note 4, and this thing did not crack until it was to the point when I finally dropped it flat on the face from above head height, and then it finally shattered along the screen. And actually, no, at first it didn't even shatter. But then I dropped it on rough concrete, and it got a hairline crack in it. And then once it finally got a hairline crack in it, that compromised the glass enough to where another above-the-head drop caused it to shatter. And it was in place and everything. It wasn't like jutting out or anything. There was no glass shards cutting your fingers. So, does GTA San Andreas look like real life? No, it doesn't. Brother Craig, his iPhone 4. Can you break glass with a face? Oh, that hit my glasses. These glasses are super tough. I've gotten hit in the face plenty of times wearing these glasses, and I've never cracked them or bent the frames or anything. But yeah, if you hit a phone on your face, didn't crack. Oh. Take these off. Nope, didn't crack. Nope. Nope. Nope, didn't crack. Darth Gamer says, good evening, my friend. Good evening to you as well. Oh, ow. That hurt. Oops. Oh, did I just crack? Nope, I didn't. Okay, good, it didn't crack. That would have sucked if it just falling off of my leg and shattered. Yeah, so Let's see. Sup, Darth? How are you on this beautiful Saturday evening? I hope you are doing well. Why is this page not loading? I'm just looking at a blank page right now. It's ridiculous. Well, that was a fail. We'll be right back. Hi there. We're making a few updates, but we'll be back up and running soon. Thanks for choosing AT&T. I didn't choose AT&T. I want to unlock your stupid phone. Even though it's not your phone, it's my phone, but you lock it. Ugh. Dang, you got locked up phones, you got no health care. I need to just move to Australia. I can't even afford to fill my gas tank, let alone move to another country. I'm just kidding. I love America. This is really cool. I do want to go to other countries, though. I do want to go to Australia and the UK and Canada and Germany and pretty much all the major English-speaking countries. I would go to Japan, too, but obviously, like, I'm not bilingual, so it wouldn't be very, very helpful. That drop didn't sound pretty. Oh, it's fine, unless you're talking about the iPhone. No, the iPhone's fine. Let's see. Man, alright. I had a very stressful day. Glad to be on your stream, though. Yeah, I had a pretty stressful day as well. Which I don't understand why, because, I mean, I've been fairly well. I mean, I've gotten, like, a whopping 6 hours in the past 2 days, and I've only had, like, 2 panic attacks in the middle of the night. So, I'm doing pretty good. Can you drive a dirt bike? No. I can drive a four-wheeler. I haven't driven a four-wheeler since 2007. But I can drive one. I like four-wheelers. They're pretty cool. Australia equals big bugs. Yeah, that's kind of true. But you also get kangaroos and koalas, which those are nice. So, you win some, you lose some. I have a question. What do you think about the Henry vacuum? I've never used one, so I don't really have an opinion on them. I hate canister vacuums, so I don't think using a Henry is going to change that because it's basically a canister. This is the CleanView 2 Bagless Deluxe. Babo said a bunch of Japanesey stuff. Bunch of Japaneseian stuff. I'm just gonna copy this. Can you not balance a dirt bike? I've never ridden a dirt bike, so I guess I'm just assuming that I can't ride one. But I've never ridden a dirt bike. So I'm just going to Google this and then just put in English, and that should fix that. Oh, did not do what I wanted it to do. I want it to open up Google Translate. Translation, Japanese. It stands for do you speak Japanese? Okay. That's good. Let's see. I got a Build Power Force 3537. Yes. Imagine having a real Allspark and transforming your vacuums into robots. I don't know what that is, but that sounds interesting. Yay, more people on tonight. Yes. Bappa, why are you speaking Japanese? Because I can, lol. Have you ever drove on an interstate? Yes, several times. Considering I've driven across several states, then yes, I've driven on an interstate. So, I really want to go to California. Actually, you know what I really want to do? I really would love to just, like, save up enough money and just drive to every state. I mean, every continental state. Obviously, Hawaii and Alaska are an exception, but I would love to just be able to drive and just visit every single state. Because there's so many states I haven't gone to. I've been to the Midwest and Florida, and that's really it. So I'm sure I've been to other states, but I don't remember them. I don't remember ever going to California or Georgia or Oregon or whatever, or Utah or Alabama or Louisiana or Washington or whatever. Whatever states. Darth Gamer says, I refuse to drive a dirt bike, moped, motorcycle in California. Not only are drivers nuts, but everyone and their mother is on their damn phone. Yeah, I know uh, my brother Christian lives in California. Yeah, Darth lives in California. Nice. Um, yeah, so I'd love to go to California. My brother lives there. Last I checked, anyways, and he's lived in Missouri. He's lived in Kansas. He's lived in Minnesota. He's lived in Florida, and he's lived in California. He lives in California now. My other brother lives in Florida, and so does my mom. And then my dad and I live in Illinois, which is not nearly as exciting as Florida or California. But what it was supposed to say, I can speak English and Japanese. Well, Google Translate didn't work, so I put it into like the first result, and it like I think it only translated a few of the words, so it just guessed the rest. But yeah, I had a dream when I was in the middle of the interstate. My dad's 1998 Ford F-150, which is a stick shift, and I have no idea how to drive stick, so I kept putting it in the wrong gear, and it kept jumping. Don't go to Australia and Teletech. There's wild animals and creatures there. I still want to go because I have friends that live in Australia, and I want to visit them. Not that I'll probably ever be able to, but um, does your other brother and your mom live together? Nope. They both live with their girlfriends, I think. Or no, my brother Nick just got married recently. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to the wedding, but they did get married. So he lives with his wife, and my brother, I think he has a girlfriend now. Yeah, he does. Last I checked, anyways. And so they live together. So, yeah. Pretty sure, anyways. So that's kind of the goal. But I live in Sydney, Australia. Nice. A friend of mine lives in Canberra, however you pronounce that, which I think is the capital of Australia. Do you like cats or dogs? I love both. I want a fox. I want a fox and a raccoon. Hearing love makes my lonely ass sad. I can relate, dude. Um, yeah, I kind of had a very very like sad thought that like I haven't had like an IRL friend in like the past 8 months, which makes me pretty sad. Like a stable IRL friendship, I should clarify. I really should hang out with Bappo, honestly. He seems cool, especially since he gave me the Switch. I live in insert state here. Well, yeah, or you insert state slash insert country here. But yeah, hearing love makes me sad too. It sucks 'cause like I have a person that I have like a huge crush on, but they live in Australia, so it's like why, why makes me sad. But yeah, so I wish teleportation was a thing. If teleportation was a thing, dating would be so much more convenient. You don't have to worry about your date abandoning you somewhere because you can just teleport back to your house, and then you can just force them to teleport back to theirs if they're in your house, or if you want to visit family and they're on the other side of the world, or of the country, you can just teleport there. Whoever the only problem is, whoever obviously teleportation is never going to be free because whoever invents it, it's going to be extremely expensive. You think taking a plane is expensive? Teleportation, if it gets to be patented and actually utilized and capitalized, it's going to be expensive. I'm talking it's going to cost like 5 grand to teleport one way to a place at least, in today's money. Because obviously by the time that happens, Valentine's Day slash single awareness day is approaching, lads. I have a feeling I'm going to be the latter. I've never heard of single awareness day. Is that like a recent addition to Valentine's Day? Because if so, that's nice. The one thing I love about Valentine's Day is discount candy. So that's wonderful. But yeah, I'm gonna be alone on Valentine's Day for the first time in 2 years. So, which I guess, well, then again, I was alone the other two times because long distance. But oh yeah, the Sonic movie as well. So yeah, I forgot. I'm going to watch the Sonic movie on Valentine's Day, assuming I don't have any friends, or unless I somehow find a boyfriend in like the next less than a week, which is probably not going to happen. And let's see, Vacuum Dude, do you live in Columbus? Oh, Ohio. Cameron 42. I'm always the ladder. Lol. The ladder. Do people climb on you? The ladder. It's just a slang joke word for Valentine's Day. There actually is. I believe China actually, like Singles Awareness Day, I believe is an actual thing in China. I'm pretty sure. In some countries as well. Which is nice. Because, like, I think Bill Maher did a segment on this where he's like, why don't we give anything up for single people? They're not causing all these unnecessary, not unnecessary, but they don't cause like overpopulation, and they help. There are some things that studies show that you're better at when you're single. Like they say that when you're single, you're better at maintaining platonic friendships because you're not engulfed by your romantic relationship. So there isn't always negatives to being single, and or there isn't only negatives to being single. You don't need a man or a woman to tie you down. If you want to be all, if you want to just stick with your friends and your family and your well, specifically your biological and extended family, then yeah. Well, I guess biological wouldn't apply if you're adopted. You get my point. I'll be alone on Valentine's Day for the 4th day in a row. I'm assuming you mean the 4th year in a row. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, so that means that, yeah, I was single in 2017, and I'll be single in 2020, probably. Actually, because every time I say that something happens, it doesn't happen. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to be single on Valentine's Day in 2020. So maybe that'll change. Although, even if I meet someone, you don't want to jump into a relationship because that always ends badly. So yeah. But yeah, so there's my relationship advice, which I've generally been very good at giving relationship advice, and the only time that people, including myself, ever had issues with relationships is because they didn't take my advice. So the only reason I ever had issues is because I didn't take my own advice. So if you know someone, you don't want to jump into a relationship immediately. You don't want to. Now, granted, there are some people where they've defied the odds, and they met one night, and they date the next day. Like there's that show called Married at First Sight. I think that's what it's called, where people literally get married after they just met. At least I'm assuming that's. I never watched it, but I'm assuming that's how the show goes because that's what it's called. And so I'm just laughing about what Buster said in the comments. He quoted AVG. It's Valentine's Day and I still ain't got nothing to love. AGP 2016, yes. Caden, do they still sell the 3537 in stores? No, they absolutely do not. They only sell the 1739, which is an updated version of the 1700. First Valentine's Day that I wasn't alone on was when I took my first girlfriend to see the first Deadpool movie. Glad I noped out of that relationship. That is an interesting way to put it. Glad I noped out of that relationship. So, noped out. That's an interesting thing. Yeah. Valentine's Day for TV Salami and Teletag. And they have a bunch of emojis. Darth Gamer says, oof, I suck at relationship advice. Only thing I can say is be yourself and people will either love you or not. Well, that's very good advice. So you're on the right track. See, and that's sometimes I have a problem with where like I try to be like not myself because I just like I want this person to like me. And then, then they usually get to know me, and the truth is like when people actually get to know me, they usually don't hate me, at least I'd like to think so. But yeah, do they still have the 352-5 in Walmart? No, they don't. That model was discontinued in 2006. If you go to Walmart's website, they tell you the model number of the machine. So, yeah. So no, they don't sell it. They only sell it 1739. That's the one they sell in stores as of right now. I took a trip on the Nope train to Nopeville when it became mentally abusive. Same. Although it wasn't really my choice to end my last relationship, although I'm still glad it did, because that was a very, very, very bad. It ended very poorly. So it's really annoying whenever it's like fully grown adults just can't act like adults and they just want to like act like, children throwing a temper tantrum, and they want to just put all the blame onto you when you like did nothing at all. And it's very rare that I'm like, I literally have no part of blame in this, and that was one of the few scenarios, because it's like, okay, whatever. But hey, I was settling really badly in my last relationship, meaning like, they say like there's one person who's the reacher and one person who's the settler, like the one person that's like obviously better than the other, and they're completely out of the other person's league. And I think that's just that's kind of a toxic mindset in my opinion. But nevertheless, I do think that did kind of apply to my last relationship, knowing what I know now. And yeah, so they mainly have Sharks and Dysons at my local Walmart. So in my Walmart, they have Dirt Devil, Bissell. They don't have Eureka anymore at all. Eureka's just completely disappeared off the face of the earth, as far as I'm aware. And Vacuum Beauty 04 says, I'm sad. Okay, well, I'm sending virtual hugs. If I was there, I would give you a hug. Oh, because my Dirt Devil Breeze is broken. No! All I can say is I gave my 100%, and all she ever did was tear me down and shove me 24/7. That was my last relationship. At least the moment I moved in, that was my last relationship. It was just complete neglect and just complete, just emotional and mental abuse. And it wasn't very good. But, to say the least. But, and that's it. And also, another sad thing that I've noticed is that every single relationship that I've ever been in has ended in cheating. Ended in the other person cheating. I've never cheated on my significant other, and I would never dream of doing it. Okay, well, I guess that's a lie, because technically one time I did dream that I cheated. But obviously that's a dream. So, it's just, that doesn't do very good for your self-esteem whenever every single significant other of yours has decided that this relationship is so poor that I want to secretly engage with another person unbeknownst to the knowledge of this person. It's just so crappy. It's like, just break up with me. Just be an adult and break up with me. Because at least, like, my last two relationships happened when I was 14. So, like, it is what, like, 13 and 14. So, it is what it is. And obviously that's, people who are actually basically children. So, but as far as, my most recent ex, I mean, dear God, I mean, he was clearly an adult. You got 12 years on someone and you act like a spoiled 14-year-old. Not even that, because, like, I was more mature when I was 14. It's just really unsettling. Dreams are a topic in of themselves, too. There's so much foreshadowing them, it's scary. Yeah, I have a lot of those dreams where, and they will lead to deja vu, because I will predict a scenario verbatim in a dream, and it'll happen in real life like a month or a year later. And it's very, very odd. But yeah, so it's it's kind of weird. But it also sucks because it's only ever like the bad things that I foreshadow. Like, if I dream about something good, it doesn't come true. At least not usually anyways. Not that I can remember. But unless you could say it's something like really frivolous, like, oh, I dreamed that I had a Fury and then I got a Fury. It's like, okay, yeah, but like, I don't know if you really count that. See, mine ended because I got tired of her crap. So the next day she was with someone else, so I decided to be a brat and call her mom and lie on her to get her in trouble. Not proud of that. So yeah. See, what my ex did is he basically was calling his parents and he was talking to them behind the scenes and telling them like a bunch of nasty things about me, including stuff that's like really horrible to like accuse someone of. And some of it was even stuff that he was guilty of himself, but he said that I did, which was just, it's just so gross, because it's like you're gonna just completely make fun of someone. It's like, you know, at that point that you are making up lies in order to make yourself not look bad for being unfaithful. And, you know, that's ultimately what it was. And I'm glad I realized that now, but it's just back then I was just like so, you know, it's really hard to think clearly whenever you're going through a lot of emotional trauma and distress. But at least once you're out of that situation, you can understand how bad and toxic it truly was. So I used to have nightmares of people breaking into my house or my parents cussing me out or hitting me when I was a kid. Yeah, I've had stuff like that too, but that seems kind of relatively normal. As far as from what I see. Is that Abyssal I see? Yes, it's a Abyssal CleanView 2 Bagless Deluxe. That is in the background. Abyssal Power for 3537. What do you think the best Abyssal is? Right now I'd say the 3545-2. Or -5. What is it? The Power Guy Platinum. And Teletech, do you have a girlfriend for Valentine's? I don't. Yeah, I do not either. And the likeliness is probably not. It's CleanView 2 Plus in the background. Nope, it's a Deluxe. This is not a Plus, this is a Deluxe. The Plus is black. The Deluxe is blue. So, yeah. Let's see. I had those once a year from 2008 to 2016. And a door has just opened. Ooh, food. Oh. Thank you. You love food. Let's see. So, this is my Power Force 3536. You keep saying that over and over again. Hey, Caleb, I requested you do Abyssal CleanView Helix versus the Power Force Bagless Turbo. I have the CleanView 2 Plus. Yes, a lot of people have the Plus. I have the Deluxe. The Plus and the Deluxe are basically the same thing, though. There's not really a difference. I think the Plus has a black stretch hose, and the Deluxe has a clear one. Although mine's yellow now. So, yeah, there's not really much of a difference between the two. The Deluxe might have a longer cord, but I don't think it does. And Teletech, do you watch Kevin Love? He does classic vacuums from... I've never heard of him. I'll have to check him out at some point. Galaxy S7. Let's see. Yeah, so I have food now. I have like a giant baked potato, and I have spinach, which is wonderful. I'm twirling it around like it's spaghetti when it's obviously not. My brother had nothing but Abyssal CleanView Helixes growing up. All those things would leak dust everywhere. Yeah. What is the worst Samsung phone in your opinion? Well, I would say the worst Samsung phone out of all the ones that I own is my Galaxy Young, because it has a 3-inch screen. Actually, let me just grab it. If I can find it here, somewhere among my collection of phones. Oh, here it is. So this is my Samsung Galaxy Young. It has a 3-inch screen. It runs Android 2.3 Gingerbread. It has 256 megs of RAM and no storage on it at all. Like, you cannot take a picture on this without it requiring an SD card. So it has like 2 gigs of space or something crazy like that. This is completely useless. You can't log into it with your Google account anymore. You can put in an SD card and watch movies on it, but why would you want to? That screen is so helplessly tiny. And it's just a bad phone overall. So this is the worst phone that I own, the Galaxy Young. And I don't even think this is 4G. I'm pretty sure it's only 3G. So this is the worst phone that I own. The best phone that I own is the Note 9. And then, obviously, then the Note 8. And then the Note 7. Although the Note 8's broken, so I guess you'd say Note 7 is better. Let's see. That phone fooled me. I thought it was a white iPhone 4. Well, it says Samsung on the front. Let's see. Power Force Turbo needs a new brush roll, so not at the moment, but maybe in a few months. Hilarious. I watch Kevin Love. So anyways, might do something fun. Anyone have the 93Z6? I don't know what that is. Alex made it to the chat. Hello, Alex. Made it pretty late. I'm surprised you're still up. That phone for me. I thought it was an iPhone 4. Yes. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the chat. The chat just got 7 times more fluffy, and I really like that. Let's see. So, I had the 93Z6 as a kid. I forgot which vacuum that was. For me, it's the S6 series. No water resistance, tiny battery, no user removable battery, glass back. You said no. Oh, yeah, no user removable battery. No SD card slot. And no micro SD card slot. Yeah, so I have one right here, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. So here is my Samsung Galaxy S6. Look at that, pretty. It's very, very pretty. It's in mint condition. It's also running the original firmware, so 5.0.2, and it belongs to Straight Talk, or the carrier Straight Talk. I've owned several S6s. I've owned black ones, gold ones, blue ones on on Straight Talk, Verizon, International, plenty of stuff. I really like this phone. The S7's better in pretty much every way, except maybe performance is a little bit better on this because it has Exynos instead of Snapdragon. But if you have an Exynos S7, better in every way. So, not to mention the S6 Edge would cut your palms off. Not really. My S6 Edge felt surprisingly comfortable. The S6 Edge Plus was a little bit weird, or is a little bit weird, because my S6 Edge, because I do have an S6 Edge, but it's not in the best of condition. Yeah, but I do have an S6 Edge. I'm trying not to drip glass onto my food. But yeah, so I do have an S6 Edge, but it's obviously not one that's very photogenic right now. I need to do a repair on it. It still works though. It still turns on. It has a pink line, and it's some dead pixels, but it's still fully functional, minus the camera, since it's all shattered out. And then I have, oh my, glass in my fingers. And then I have a Note 5, and then I have an S6 Edge Plus, which this feels fine. I mean, it feels similar to a Note 5 or a Note 7, just with sharper edges. But with a case, it sits in your palm just fine. And yeah, so that's the Edge Plus. And that's pretty alright. So I don't own the S6 Active, but I own every other one. Cameron42 says, "Oh, well, I'm out. Have a nice night." Good night, Cameron. You have a wonderful time. Let's see, turn on the blue vacuum in the background. No, okay? I just did a video on it. I'm not going to turn on my vacuum in every single stream that I do. That's just so pointless. Sorry if I got a bit mad. Exynos for battery and single core performance, Snapdragon for gaming and multi-threaded performance. You are exactly right about that. Although sometimes a Snapdragon has better battery life in the US because the radios are more optimized for US networks. So, yes, so that's kind of a toss-up, the battery life. But usually the Exynos is pretty good, has better battery life. It's really just a crapshoot, honestly, so I guess battery life is kind of hit and miss as far as which one's better. Let's see. Your food is getting cold. It is. I should eat it. I need to cut my fingernails. Or trim my fingernails. Because I know everyone's going to complain about them. So I will acknowledge that I need to trim them. Because I always forget I have fingernails until I need to cut them. Or trim them. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I have fingernails. These are annoying. Why do these exist? Although, have you seen fingers without nails? They look horrifying. Horrifying. But again, that could just be because we're, not used to having them. Let's see. So, yeah. I'm going to watch some videos while I eat food. I've been watching this one, the Wendy's one. So this is pretty good.
Ooh, there's a little bit of crunch in there.
Mm-hmm. I got a crispy onion.
This is amazing.
Very good.
Okay, I want to address this. CDMA radio bands is why Samsung uses Snapdragon in the US. I am so sick and tired of people saying that because it is just a garbage excuse. The only reason why they use it is because they have a contract with Qualcomm, and I'm sure it's a long-term contract. See, why is it that everyone keeps saying that, oh, they use Snapdragon in the US because of the fact that CDMA carriers need it? It's like, we were just talking about the S6 and the Note 5. All of those phones use the Exynos 7420. And it's the only US Samsung phone that uses Exynos. And that was a great thing that they switched to Exynos. The only thing is that Exynos is a lot harder to root and install custom ROMs on, whereas Snapdragons are a lot better with custom ROMs. So, if you're using the phone stock, then Exynos is the way to go because it's better optimized. So basically, for Snapdragon, you give up the extra optimization with the Exynos for the ability to custom ROM it in the first place, if that makes sense.
A little more jalapeno right
But
now.
it doesn't require it to use the networks because obviously the S6 and Note 5 exist on Verizon, US Cellular, Straight Talk, and Sprint.
Salt. If I was like had a salt meter, the salt would be way over here. I don't got any sweet. I got no base, no sweet. The cheese is lost. But if you thought a single patty was too much salt, what if we knock this up a bit? Triple bacon jalapeno burger. Dave Thomas, you crazy man. Oh, he passed away.
Yeah.
He was an honorable family man. He ran a great business.
All in honor of his daughter Wendy.
Exactly. Whose name may not be Wendy. It was in quotes in the Wikipedia article.
Maybe that's her middle name.
She had a different middle name. She was like name Wendy Thomas. I can't remember what it was. We can play footage back. We don't care. Let's jump into this big boy. I'm gonna put a jalapeno right there so I make sure I got it.
Oh, dude, you're gonna get some spice.
I haven't had a triple stack in quite some time. It's so much Colorado when you eat these crackers. Dang. You're crazy. Somehow it's not too beefy. The jalapeno really helps. I think without the jalapenos, this would be tough because
this is a story about a magical place where everything's amazing, especially the people. We can tell you everything there is to.
because you do need that little sweet tartness to cut through the fat. Look at this.
And it's a pickled jalapeno too, so it's even more tart. It's just right.
Okay. It's warm, but it's partially. Oh, we need to get. Where's his wig?
There's a wig?
Right, we have a wig for you.
Oh my god.
Oh,
yes.
we're gonna have to taste them again.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm kidding. We'll just plow forward. There you are.
Oh, thank you so much, Wendy.
Felt like something was amiss, but I hadn't actually looked at Brian this whole time. All right, let's move on.
Barbecue cheeseburger.
Single patty. Why didn't he name it patties? Because they're known for their patties.
It would have been a lot more fun if it was called Patty's instead of Wendy's. And Patty's are a little bit more of a party girl.
My mom's patty.
Yeah, Patty
I
Havers
wouldn't
burger.
call her a party girl.
No, but she is a fun time.
She does love to party. I wouldn't call her a party girl. Very different connotations.
I have to say, I prefer the jalapeno burger.
Really?
That one really surprised me. Have you ever had Wendy's for breakfast?
They don't have breakfast. But you can have Wendy's for breakfast. But they don't open until 10 a.m., so it's pretty more like a brunch. Well, we got one more for you, B-Wo.
Oh my god.
I hope you're excited. This one looks.
I've become delirious already. I don't know how you're doing this one.
Let me tell you.
Wow.
I'm excited for you to try this because this is the single awesome bacon cheeseburger. Oh, because the sauce, it's a sauce. Sawsome. The sauce is awesome sauce, so it's called Sawsome. I didn't like the sauce earlier, but I want to get your opinion.
This is a great burger.
You like the secret sauce? The Sawsome sauce?
This sauce is better for beef. Try it with
It's a
beef.
good beef sauce?
Yeah.
Good beef sauce.
I'm pretty sure it's Thousand Island dressing, which is...
It always is.
Yeah, it always is.
Thousand Island. Hilarious name for anything. What should we call it? Do you want to take this to go? You can take all four of
I
these.
think I am going to take this
I think
one
you
to
did.
go.
That was quite good.
This is so delicious.
B-Wo, anything to plug? At Brian Woolwright, that's your
Yeah. I'm at Brian Wool. I write about professional wrestling for Wrestling Inc. and I'm doing stand-up all around LA.
Hey, who's a pro wrestler to keep an eye on?
Oh, my favorite is the Velveteen Dream. Gotta love the Velveteen Dream.
Sure do. Thanks so much, Bilo. Great to see you.
Thanks, King. I'll see you soon.
Take care. Wow, Bilo was a treat, but now it's time to keep these burger boys burgers. Well, Alex, you gave me a treat by bringing me cookies, and I got you a treat too. I know that your palate does not like to be challenged too much.
Not usually.
I have chosen 3 burgers that are very mild, very simple.
Okay, great.
First of all, we're going to have you try the single cheeseburger.
That's something that I might order.
You're single.
That's true. Thank you for bringing that up on a hugely popular web series.
Well, it's kind of like internet dating.
Oh, well, that's not.
Don't you want people to know you're single?
I really don't want this publicized.
You brought me cookies, I'm trying to get you out there. Okay, we can edit down some of it.
Oh my God.
I've met several of Alex's previous girlfriends.
Why are we still talking about
I
this?
said previous girlfriends, and they've all had things I liked about them and things that I didn't.
Why are you doing this?
No, you can't put this in the show. You cannot put this in the show.
It's just everybody calm down. Hey, just try the burger. Look at how cute you are in that wig. It looks good. What do you think of the burger?
It does look pretty good. I've never actually eaten at a Wendy's before, so I'm excited to try this for the first time.
Well, buddy, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
It's good. Somehow this seems a little saltier than the previous burgers I've had.
That's actually pretty good. That's like a good quality burger for a fast food restaurant. Okay.
Quality ingredients, that's always been their thing. Same burger experience, but 2 patties.
Huh.
A double burger, if you will. And look at the size of that tomato.
Mmm.
Tastes a lot like temperature heat. It definitely has all the flavors of the previous one with a little more beef.
Oh, heavens. Oh, it kind of still came back at me.
Look, Quality is Our Recipe, LLC. That's the name of their company? Their company is a sentence?
Hey.
Look at this. Huh? It's the same burger, but now it's got 3 patties.
You just gave me the same thing 3 times, but with more meat each time?
Yes.
Well, I think I know what it's gonna taste like.
No, you don't. It might be different. It's gonna taste a little more like beef. Can we see this side of it? Look how fucking beautiful that is.
Oh my God.
Look at that. The way it's running down like a waterfall in the forest. On the first warm day after winter, the water's dripping down the ice. In this case, the ice is the cheese, how it glistens.
This isn't really making an appetizing description
There's ketchup
of
on the
cheese.
table. Try the bite.
All right.
Try the burger.
But you
bite.
have to bite it right where I bite it after.
Sure, I don't give a shit.
This really
Doesn't
does
it look like a little waterfall of cheese?
Yeah, but why is the
Look,
waterfall
on the side
frozen?
here, there's one little extra waterfall.
Oh.
Point that toward the camera.
Okay.
See? It's like another waterfall.
None of this is making it look. For some reason, comparing it to a waterfall does not make it appetizing.
People love waterfalls.
A cheese
If
waterfall?
you don't like waterfalls, you're never gonna find a girlfriend. Girls love waterfalls.
Keith, I really. This is so
It's
uncomfortable.
too intermixed now to eat any of it.
I'm still laughing about that. If you don't like waterfalls, you'll never find a girlfriend. That is fantastic.
Wendy, you've got quite the mouthful of meat. Look, you chew on that.
Holy fuck. Oh, that's too much meat. I feel like I just ate a hamburger's worth of meat in that bite.
Yeah, that's probably a slider per bite.
Oh my God.
I think it's just, oh, there's a little bit of cookie on the table. I thought that was going to be a crumb of the sandwich. It was a crumb of the cookie.
A little dessert.
Imagine my surprise. Well, Alex, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, happy to be here.
And that is Alex, the number 8,
Oh boy.
a thumbtack.
I'm really not here to find a girlfriend. If anything, like I wish we were promoting Lou Burger right now.
Oh, yeah. Well, we really spent too much time on the girlfriend thing. Bye, Alex. Alex was a treat, wasn't he? But there's still more burgers to burglate. Please welcome to the back of the van. And my friend and...
I ran out of food. Okay. Back to the comments. Oh my, I missed a ton. I don't even remember where I stopped. The only problem with phones these days is that someone on this earth is watching everything you do on your phone and everyone else. Excuse me. Well, I guess better that than someone on Mars watching you do everything on your phone. See, my whole thing about the whole smart home thing is that, and you know, all these, and voice assistants and stuff. I used to be like a huge stickler about privacy, and I still kind of am. But when it comes to like the countries and stuff, like they're gonna have your data no matter what, unless you go completely off the grid. And even so, they still have everything that you had up until that point. So at least get something useful out of it, right? I guess. If there's like an actual option to shut it all off, then yeah, but there isn't. There should be. We need to like make that be an option. But I don't know. So at least I get something useful out of it. Like, you know, having my information stored up in a server and a bunch of different servers means that I can just say, "Hey Siri." Wait, where's my iPhone? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What? Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Turn on Hey Siri.
I can't do that, but you can change it in settings.
Siri settings. Listen for Hey Siri. Okay, so I had it turned off. Hey Siri. Hey Siri, send a message. Hey Siri, how's the weather today? Hey Siri, set a timer for 3 minutes. Hey Siri, play some music. There we go. Okay. Now, if I have my information stored everywhere, then I can just go, "Hey Siri." Oh, come on. Hey Siri. What's the capital of Australia?
Canberra is the capital of Australia.
Okay, so it's Canberra. Okay. It's Canberra. Let's see. Okay, back to the comments. How was the Tombstone pizza? It wasn't Tombstone, it was Red Baron. But it was good. Because I know someone said it should have been Red Baron. It actually was Red Baron. It was good, even though it was cold, because I fell asleep at like 10 o'clock and I woke up at 3:30. And I ate some pizza and went back to bed. So, yeah. What? Someone sending me messages? Oh, someone's sending me messages. Why? Oh, it's Alex. He's texting me. Why? Let's see. CDMA radio bands is why. Yeah, I just realized all crap. So, what is favorite vacuum? What's fingernails? I don't have them because of my nail biting from my anxiety. I used to have that problem. I don't anymore. I try to grow mine out as I'm trans, but due to my anxiety in school, I tend to pick them without realizing. Oh, I'm sorry. That really sucks. Sending hugs. The Eureka Capture Bagless is my arch nemesis. Oh yeah, everyone hates that vacuum. I don't know a single person who likes that vacuum. Watch a video of the 352-5 and wonder how many windows do you have open. Oh, it said, and wow, how many windows do you have open? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. I have 37 windows open on my computer, spread out among 3 monitors, and someone is calling me. Hello? 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 You are on the stream, although you're not on speaker. Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, great. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make your Siri go off. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Okay, okay. So, you are on the stream now. Would you like to say anything, hopefully advertiser friendly?
I'm actually watching you as I talk and seeing you talk in real time.
Okay. Well, you will hear yourself talk in in delayed real time.
Yeah.
So, that's wonderful. So, everyone, welcome my co-host to this stream, Alex Wolf. Go subscribe to him. Let's see. So, still behind on some of these questions. Someone asked, oh yeah, General One has 2 videos of his Eureka capture with motor issues. Yeah, he called it the Eureka crapture, and that was very accurate.
That's the worst vacuum ever.
Yeah, I think most people agree with that. I have yet to see someone who has a positive opinion of that vacuum, because even though a lot of people don't like the Bissels and stuff that a lot of us like, at least those machines do have like their advantages. Whereas the Eureka Capture, from what I understand, it was very heavy. It was very cumbersome. It didn't have a lot of good features. The quality of the motor and the overall assembly was very poor, and it seemed to just not be a very reliable machine. Eureka, and I think it kind of marked whenever Eureka like really started to go downhill. Since pretty much after that, they really haven't made a notable good vacuum other than just rebrands of the old Maxima. And other than maybe the Airspeed. I think the Airspeed seems to be okay, but I've never used one, so I can't say for sure. But
I'll have to make a video on my Airstream. It needs a belt at the moment.
on the what?
My Airspeed.
Oh yeah, you have an Airspeed.
Yep.
Yes, definitely, because I've seen very little of that. It seems like I think everyone generally agrees that the best Eureka, modern Eureka or semi-modern Eureka, is the SmartVac, because it seems like everyone just can't seem to say enough good things about the SmartVac from what I've seen at least.
I've never had a SmartVac.
The what?
I said I've never had a SmartVac.
Yeah, me neither. It seems decent though. It seems heavy though. That's the only thing that I kind of see with it. To me, it seems kind of like the competitor to the self-propelled wind tunnel.
Yep.
And in terms of like the features and stuff, although I don't know if that one was self-propelled, but from what I understand, it seems to go pretty decently on the carpet. And I'm really far behind on these comments. Jeez.
I want one of those like bagless rodeos that look like they Eureka's above SmartVac, but those are hard to find.
Yeah, I didn't even know they made a bagless version that was similar to the SmartVac.
It's pretty much a SmartVac with a whirlwind style container.
Oh, okay, like the whirlwind. Yeah, because I've seen plenty of whirlwinds.
Vacuum cleaner and carpet cleaner guy has one.
Oh, really? I'll have to check it out.
The video.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that then. But yeah, let's see. So, Darth Gamer, no. PV68, man, I'm really far behind on these comments. Says, can you root a Node FE? You can root a Node FE, but rooting is just a little bit more difficult on Exynos models. And then you said, Caden, what is your opinion on the Dirt Devil Pro vacuum? I don't know if did he ever say anything about that? I don't know if he did. Vacuum Dude used to have a Eureka SmartVac. Caden really likes the 3537 motor. Oh yeah, Caden says, I don't know, as far as the Dirt Devil Power Pro. Also, and then Kurisha Tuka, I think that's how you pronounce that, says, motor sounds like crap and terrible, that's why I don't buy Eureka vacuums. Bizzle Cleanview 2s for the win. Yeah, the motors on those tend to sound pretty bad too if you mistreat them, but they're a significant step up over the original Cleanviews, which almost never sound good. And let's see. Darth Gamer says, I love Samsung's GUI interface, so I'd love to get my hands on an Exynos S8 or S7. Yes. Let's see. Oh, and then Darth Gamer says, so what phone are you all rocking as your daily driver? Let's see. Galaxy S8. Obviously, your iPhone 8 Plus. And obviously, I have the Note 9. And let's see. Daily driver is the 2019 J7 Crown, which I call the Tiara edition. Intellitek, do you still have the 12B1? That was the original PowerForce Helix. Yes, I sold it. I do not have that anymore. The only PowerForce Helix I have is the orange one with the bad motor, and that's completely rusted. Let's see. Is the J7 Crown a carrier exclusive? Well, the J7 Crown it's not a carrier exclusive, but a lot of those phones like the J3 and the J7, they tend to rebrand for different carriers, which is weird. But it's all the same phone, basically. Bappo says, OnePlus 6T, it's an unlocked T-Mobile. I don't want to patch it with the international patch because I want the supported updates from T-Mobile. Yeah, that's interesting. I believe that was the first one where they released it on T-Mobile. OnePlus 6T is a pretty beast sleeper phone. Yeah, OnePlus is pretty good. I've owned a OnePlus 2 and 3, and they're fantastic phones. I did a review on the OnePlus 3. I don't know if I ever uploaded that review. Is it late to run it? Yes. Yeah, I'm not turning on a vacuum. Squid asking. I don't have the power track. Oh, bless you. Or well, you don't say anything for coughs, but yeah. That's always weird how like we always say bless you when someone sneezes, but there's like nothing that you say whenever someone coughs, right? So I always say bless you because like sometimes I can't tell the difference between a cough and a sneeze. So sometimes I'll say bless you and the person's like, oh, I just coughed, and I'm like, oh, and I don't know what to say after that.
What do you think of the Motorola G7?
Oh, it's a fantastic phone. We've had a couple of them in at work, and I believe the G7.
That's what I had before my iPhone 8 Plus.
I believe that's the first one where they have the taller screen, right? Or was that the G8?
Yeah, it has the taller screen and dual camera setup.
Yes, and it has the dual camera setup and that little circle thing that Motorola did with the Z line, and now OnePlus did with with their newer phones, or with the I think with the 6T. I think the 7s only have the pop-up camera now. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so
I want a Moto mod.
Yeah, I
want
love.
to get the little JBL speaker that puts phones in the back of the phone.
Yeah, the JBL speaker is really cool. I also love the style mods. Like, I love how I can just switch the back panel on it. Although I kind of would rather just have a removable battery. Like, because, like, with the Note 4 and stuff, you can still get, like, I've seen, like, aftermarket Note 4 backs that are, like, aluminum and, like, custom colors and stuff. I haven't tried any of them out, but I probably will at some point because I have a Note 4 with a bad screen that I need to put a new screen on, and it's also missing the back panel, so I may have to try one of those out. But the Moto Z, it kind of pains me how those phones just get no coverage anymore because, you know, Moto's been keeping to their promise of keeping the footprint consistent so all the old mods work on the new phones. And as a result, you know, they're not really getting any attention because the phones are all looking the same as the original Z back from 2016. And that kind of makes me sad because I really like the Moto Z. The Moto Z Force was my second favorite phone of 2016. And I haven't tried really any of the newer ones. I think I might have tried the 2 a little bit, but the 3 and the 4 I definitely haven't tried. And they seem like fantastic phones. I think if they lowered the price, they would sell a lot of them. Like if they lowered it to like the same price as like the Pixel 3a, they would start selling a lot of them again. Although it may be too little too late at this point. But of course, Motorola, you know, people pretty much forgot all about Motorola until the new Razr, which just came out. I actually...
That phone looks sick.
The what?
The Razr looks thick.
Yeah, it's very thick indeed. Which I mean, it's same thing.
It's like $1,500.
It is well. It is $1,500 if you want to get a new one. Obviously, there's no used ones right now, so yeah, it's $1,500. But it's cheaper than the Galaxy Fold, but it's also a tinier phone, so that kind of makes sense. But I do like the Galaxy Fold. I do want to review one at some point. Same thing with the Razer. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I fell so far back. Let's see. J3 Star. Mine's a track phone. Not sure if it's an exclusive though. It was my parents who bought it for me for this past Christmas. It was purchased at Walmart. Yeah, track phone and Straight Talk and Total Wireless are all pretty much through Walmart.
Have you been having any problems with iOS 13, the new update? I've been getting a lot of lag and slow and apps crashing.
I don't run updates on any of my phone for that exact reason. My most up to date phone right now is the 6S. That's running iOS 12.4, and I don't have any devices that I have updated to iOS 13, and I won't unless I buy one that has it already on it. But I'm gonna try because I got an iPhone 6S that was brand new that's through Straight Talk, and I'm gonna try to get a 6S Plus in the same way because Walmart has a deal right now where I can get them for $150, and like just a couple months ago, you know, the same gig 6S Plus used would have cost me like $200. So I'm definitely gonna pick up one of those, even though it's only 32. I would have preferred 64, but it's not my main phone, so it's not that big of a deal because I like the Plus
My 8
models.
Plus has wireless charging, which is good.
Yeah, that was the first one to get it.
Yep.
Whereas the Galaxies have had them since the S6, and you can add it underneath the back panel going all the way back to the S3. So it sucks how OnePlus still doesn't have wireless charging. You know, that's really a disappointment to me. I wish they had wireless charging.
How's your Hoover Elite doing?
The Runabout?
Yeah.
I haven't turned it on since the video where I got it. I haven't done any work on it yet. So I mean, it's still doing good as far as I know. It hasn't caught on fire or anything, so that's good. So that's good. Let's see. I never knew the Note 5 was the only Samsung phone with Exynos in the US. Well, the S6 series and the Note 5 were the ones in the US. Baba says, I moved away from the Pixel 3a into the OnePlus 6T because the upstream updates broke it with AT&T's networks on Android 10. Well, that's right on topic with what we're talking about with that with the 3a and then you with iOS 13. I'm seeing a lot of issues where updates are just causing problems with phones. And that's why I always tell people, even if you are a person who likes to install updates, I always say wait at least like a week and like don't download the update. Especially ever since iOS 12, you've had the option to turn off automatic updates. So that's what I would do with your iPhone. I would turn off the automatic updates, and then once an update comes out, research it and make sure no one's had any problems with installing it. And then maybe wait like a week and then bite the bullet. That's what I would do if I was still updating my phone.
I've been watching Zolo Tech videos on the iOS 13 beta.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to get the beta of iOS 13.4.
Yeah, and then once you install the beta profiles, it won't bug you with updates anymore. At least that's what I understand. Because I know that there's a couple people who don't update their iPhones and they install the beta profiles. Even if they don't have a beta software, there's like you can download like the beta profile and put that onto your phone. I forgot how you put it on there, and that'll make it not bother you with updates. But in your case, if you're still wanting to update it, then yeah, I would say, obviously since you're having problems now, go ahead and keep updating it. But once you get it back on a stable update, then just leave it there. And then, don't update it unless you know that you have one that doesn't have any issues. And I would still wait like maybe a good week, if not like a month, before installing it.
Is it pronounced George Vega?
I thought it's Jorge. I'm pretty sure it's Jorge, because I've been saying Jorge.
Jorge. He says, hey, Alex, what is your favorite vacuum cleaners? Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm really far back in the chat. Oops.
Dyson, Phantom, Hoover, Electrolux, Miele, and Kirby. Those are my favorite.
It's a decent number of favorites, but yeah. I mean that's good actually if you have a decent number of favorites, I guess, because that means that you haven't had as many problems. So I noticed that Eureka and Dirt Devil wasn't on that list, right? You know, like them?
I got the Eureka because why not? That's pretty much what.
Pretty much, yeah. And
I do have a Dirt Devil. I have a Dirt Devil Hand Vac Plus.
oh, okay. Like the Ultra hand vac?
No, one of the originals.
Okay. Yeah, because those things are all over the place. I mean, those things are, you can find them everywhere. Those little red bagged hand vacs from Dirt Devil.
And I've got a pretty rare vintage Sears hand vac from the 1980s, but the motor is completely shot. It's real dry, loud, and the whole thing vibrates.
Yeah. You may need
Same as my
to.
Phantom, my Thunder, the motor's shot and the power switch stopped working, so now it's stuck in the on position.
Well, at least it's stuck in the on position, so at least you can turn it on.
No, every time I plug it in, it shocks me.
Oh, well, yeah, that's yeah, because that's the connection. Well, when you plug it in, hold it by the wire end, like at the end of the plug, so your fingers aren't close enough to get shocked. Because otherwise, it will bridge a connection. You'll essentially ground yourself through, or the current will essentially ground itself through you. So you got to be careful so you don't get shocked.
I'm the reason to blame for the Thunder sounding the way it sounds now. And I'm really mad at myself. When I got it on Facebook Marketplace for $25, it sounded just like your Destiny Plus. But I decided to take it apart down to the motor.
Right.
And blow it out with compressed air. And I don't know, I think I dried the bearings out. The fan is full of fine dust, so it's like super loud. It's, I do have new headlights put in it, and I've got a brand new belt.
Yeah.
But it cleans good, it's just loud.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't have a HEPA filter in it.
Oh, okay. Yours has the caddy, right?
That out.
Yours has the HEPA filter housing on it, right? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it did, right?
Yeah, it does. I just had to throw the filter out because the filter was about 21 years old and
Yeah.
was full of gross stuff.
I would check eBay, because I saw.
They're like 20. They're like $20 to $30. So.
Well, they were
I
like
got a piece of paper towel stuck in the filter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they're cheaper than they were when they were brand new. Because I believe if they were brand new, I think the Fury ones were like 50 and the Thunder ones were like 80 or something crazy like that when they were brand new.
Yikes.
It was something to that effect, and of course that's 90s money, so that's a lot more than it is now. That's probably like the equivalent of them being, $120. I mean, for that price nowadays, you could just buy 2 Bissell Power Forces and call it a day, and just retire the Phantom. And
when I was at Walmart yesterday, I made the video of the vacuum aisle.
Oh, cool.
I kind of did what you did in your previous one of your older videos.
Yeah.
And as soon as I turned the camera off, this lady comes and picks up a Bissell Power Force Helix and puts it in her cart. And I said, "Good choice." I told her, "Good choice."
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I remember I did something kind of similar to that where, because my Walmart, they have the vacuum aisle, but then they have another section where, like, like how a lot of Walmarts, they'll take random pieces of merchandise and they'll display it in the middle of the aisles, like not in a.
Yes.
Yeah. So they had that in 2 separate areas. They have one that's on another shelf. That's the Power Force Helix Turbo and Turbo Rewind. And they have another one that's the Helix and the Helix Turbo. So
If you watch my video, you'll see how my Walmart's laid out with the vacuums.
Yeah.
Also, in the cordless vacuums area, they have a Dyson V8 on display. And the Dyson V8 is an actual working Dyson V8 that they bolted to the plastic base. It actually turns on and works.
yeah, well that's cool. Because I've seen like I know a lot of people where they've gotten their vacuums for like a good price in good condition because they were the floor models, and they don't do that anymore. Like at least all the Bissells, they used to be floor models. Like they used to just they would just, I don't understand why the companies don't do this. The only thing I can think of is maybe because then it's working, so then maybe someone could try to steal it. But I mean, how often does someone steal a $30 vacuum from Walmart? Like, granted, a lot of people are dumb like that, but the likeliness is so low. And someone who's stupid enough to steal a vacuum probably would steal the demo unit as well and not realize it until they got out with it. So it's kind of pointless.
There was a news story a couple years back. This guy would go to Walmart, Target with a fake receipt and walk out the store with Dyson vacuums, brand new Dysons, stealing them with a fake receipt so the people didn't know they were stolen.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, because my
You look it
Walmart.
up on YouTube. It's a Dyson vacuum thief.
See, yeah, that kind of yeah, like that's something that I haven't really thought about much about because I know at work we've had why did my webcam just go away? Yeah, because let's see, Dyson thief security video. Oh yeah, Linwood police need the public's help today identifying a suspect who entered local stores stolen Dyson vacuum cleaners. And what does it say? Did they walk out with them? And then here we go. So at least if this is the same person, it says they entered local stores, stolen Dyson vacuum cleaners, and then returned them for a refund. So I guess that's where the fake receipt would come in because you would need a receipt to return them. And then it shows a guy with a Dyson. I can't tell what friggin' vacuum that is, but either way, it's a Dyson. It's just a random video of a guy going down an escalator and just walking out with a Dyson. I can't tell what it is
What
based
they
off
do
the footage.
is they'll steal them and then put them on Facebook Marketplace and sell them real cheap, and people don't know they're buying stolen vacuums.
Yeah.
It's real stupid. It's real crappy that some people can do that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Get away with
obviously.
it.
Yeah. But one thing is that, and that's the thing, because, like, if you steal, like, a cell phone or something, it's really hard to, like, steal a stolen cell phone unless, like, unless it's, like, something where, like, in the case of my iPhone that got stolen where I already had wiped the device, which was a mistake, so there was no iCloud on it. So the person was able to just sell it, and there was no way to mark it as being stolen. And, whereas with like a vacuum cleaner, like, there's no like IMEI number. There's a serial number, but how often do people look at serial numbers on vacuum cleaners?
Put those, like, security alarms around the Dyson vacuum box.
Yeah.
Like Best Buy, but Walmart and Target don't do that.
Well, it's weird because, like, Walmart will put those security tags on a $20 headset, but they won't put them on a $600 TV. Like, it's so weird. I don't understand the logic of, and it's completely random. It's like there will be like a $300 TV that has the lock on it, and then there will be a $700 TV that doesn't, and then there'll be a $2,000 TV that also has the lock, and it's just so, like, random, and it just doesn't make any sense. And I used to work at Walmart, so, like, I have experience with, like, trying to unlock those locks and everything. And the magnets are really convoluted. Like, you can't break past them. So they're good quality magnets and locks. They seem to work really well.
Someone's getting mad at me in the chat for talking.
The what?
Someone's getting mad at me in the chat for talking because you're not reading the comments.
Okay, well, here, I'm not even at that point in the chat yet, so I'll go ahead and finish the rest of the comments first. Let's see, my friend still has his iPhone 6S since new in 2014. Well, that's not true because the 6S came out in 2015, but whatever. It's still getting updates from Apple. That's crazy. Samsung needs to up their software support game. I wholeheartedly agree. Samsung needs to up their game. We keep hearing rumors that they're going to up their game, and they just never do it. I was hoping, now there's some rumors now that the S8 may get One UI 2. There were rumors that the Note 5 was going to get Oreo. There were rumors that, the Note 4 was going to get Nougat. Like, none of it ever happened. Let's see. You said, Trace, what are your thoughts on the Samsung Gear watches compared to the Apple Watch? I think they're fantastic. I know a lot of people constantly rag on the Samsung Gear watches and say, "Oh, Apple watches are so much better." I'm like, yeah, sure, like maybe, but I don't understand why everyone hates these watches so much. I mean, for me, it does everything I want my watch to do. I can answer phone calls. I can read my notifications. This one doesn't have a speaker, which some people may think is a downgrade, but they do have versions that have a speaker, and I like the fact that it doesn't have a speaker because it's one less thing I have to worry about muting. And if I don't, this isn't the cellular version, so if I answer a call, I can pick up my phone and answer it. So, this is my Gear S2, and it's the only smartwatch I've ever owned, and I love it. It's fantastic, and it also works on iPhones too, which is great. So if I want to switch to an iPhone for whatever reason, I can set this up with the iPhone and it'll work perfectly. So whereas the Apple Watch doesn't let you do that with Android phones. So yeah.
I use a Fitbit Versa 2 smartwatch.
A lot of my family members have the Fitbit Versas or the Fitbits in general. Those are really nice. But I like my Gear because it still has the same fitness that the Gear Fit 2 does, and which is basically just their version of a Fitbit. But it also tells time and all that. So this is just better in every single way. Unless you just don't like the shape of a normal watch and you like the thinner design of a Fitbit, then maybe you would like the Gear Fit 2 a little bit more. And now they have like the Galaxy Watch Active. I hate how on the new Galaxy Watches they got rid of the rotating bezel. Like that was my favorite part. The fact that I can just rotate the bezel and it scrolls through. Like that's fantastic. And they removed that in the newest ones, which I really don't like. Let's see. So I hate it when I search S6 on eBay and most of them have screen burn in. Well, that's just the thing with all OLED models. Even the iPhones, like the 10 series, with the exception of the 10R, all the 10 and 11 series has OLED screens. Well, the 10R and the 11 don't, but all the Pros and all the 10s and 11s have OLED screens, so those burn in too. Although they seem to be better at not burning in than Samsung phones. And I'm lucky in the fact that my Note 9 has very little burn-in. The only burn-in it has is the Indeed logo is burned in the upper right-hand corner. That's it. And it's very difficult to notice. It's just like a little circle that's like faintly pink in a completely white background. Beyond that, my Note 9 has zero burn-in. And I don't know if that's just like, just luck of the draw. And my Note 9 isn't perfect. Like it sometimes will reset itself like randomly. And sometimes it charges funny, but it doesn't have burn-in, so I don't want to replace it because the next one will probably get burned in immediately. So, let's see. Then someone said the Siri word, and they say play Despacito. Let's see. Siri is funny sometimes. That is true. Let's see. My grandparents' LG V20 has screen and burn-in if it's left on the screen for too long, but luckily it's not permanent. So that's not screen and burn-in. That's actually ghosting. That's screen ghosting, not screen burn-in. Burn-in's when it's permanent. Permanent unless you replace the display, of course. Let's see. An LG V20, how? They have an IPS LCD, not AMOLED. No, the V20 is AMOLED, I'm pretty sure. The G5 was LCD, but I believe the V20 is AMOLED. I'm pretty sure it's AMOLED. I know the V30 and the G6 and all that are AMOLED at least. So I do want to get a V20 because that is the last LG that you could take the battery off. And it was all metal too, so I do want to check out the V20 at some point. The G6 is basically just like a crappier S8, so there's not really much to say about that. I still want to get one at some point, but it's not high on the list. Let's see. I don't go to Walmart, so I'm not sure. Are all Samsung cell phones made in Korea or not quite? Most of them are made in Korea. Some of them are made in China, and some of them have parts that are made in China or Vietnam or something like that. So most of my Samsung phones are made in China. The only notable exception is my T-Mobile Note 7 was made in China, and the rest, I believe, were all made in Korea. Maybe one or two of them was made in China. It's just kind of random. My S7 was made in China, or at least one of them was. Let's see, was this one made in China? My other Note 7 is made in Korea. Where was this one made? Yeah, this S7 was made in Korea. The other one I think was made in China. Let's see. Eureka Capture is the best vacuum ever. Nope. Eureka Capture, yes. It sounds nice. It's so lightweight and it's just awesome. I'm not sure which vacuum he's talking about. Eureka Capture was probably the worst vacuum ever made. See, everyone's like thinking that Buster's being serious, but he's not. Let's see. Hey, Inteltech, you send me a link to your Discord server. Okay, I will do that. What was your first Samsung phone? My first Samsung phone was the Note 3. And a fantastic one to start with, too. It was my first Samsung phone. It was my first Note phone. And it's one of my favorite Note phones as well. Along with the 9 and the 7. Let's see. So, let's see. I'm American. The cough is the bless you. Okay. I always say bless you anyways. When I got my iPhone 7, it was running iOS 13, and that made me mad. Let's see. Yeah, my iPhone 6S came on iOS 12.4 when I got it out of the box. And, and I haven't updated it at all. And same thing with my 6 Plus. My 6 Plus, I don't think there's any more updates for the 6 Plus, but I haven't updated my 6 Plus either way. Good point, Intelitech Studios. Why is there a double standard with bless you for sneezes but not for coughs? Yeah, I don't know why. Because I always say bless you, and then people will correct me and say, oh, I just coughed. And I'm like, okay. I was trying to be polite, because I feel kind of rude if like someone coughs, and like I'm like just waiting for them to stop coughing. I'm like, what do I say? Do I say, oh, don't die? Or, what do I say? So I usually just say bless you, because it's polite. And apparently I heard that the reason why people say bless you is because, like, back in the day, people thought that when you sneeze, that was your body's rejection of Satan trying to enter your soul, or something crazy like that. So apparently that's where bless you came from, but I haven't fact checked that, so I don't know if that's accurate or not. But it sounds like something that would happen. I respect Motorola and Lenovo. They are very pro-consumer by selling repair guides and parts directly to consumers. Yeah, I love Lenovo and Motorola. Lenovo is my brand of choice for any computer that isn't one that I built myself. So for pre-built desktops from a tier 1 manufacturer, and for laptops, the ThinkPad line is easily my favorite laptop line. And I cannot wait to finally replace my HP ZBook workstation with a X1 Carbon or a T490. So yeah, I'm super, super happy to get one of those at some point. Probably whenever I get my next refund check from Samsung. Let's see. Oh my gosh, it just like completely scrolled back in the chat. Okay, no, here we go. I can't stand the ads for the Pixel 3a. I can't stand the ads for Michael Bloomberg, but here we are. Saw you say bye and got confused because I didn't see his comment at first. Oh my gosh, I'm so far back in the chat. It's 10:52 and I'm at 10:30 in the chat. Let's see. Is your vacuum shown in public or does it tilt in the closet? What? Most people should know about OnePlus. Yes, that's true, but a lot of people don't. Doesn't move by itself. It's not a toy in Toy Story. Okay. I'm going to have to scroll through some of these. I waited around for a month before I updated to Android 10 on my Pixel 3a. The whole issue of the updates breaking is what drove me to something further downstream, plus T-Mobile support. Still on Pi. So Boppo's still on Pi. I'm still on Oreo on my Note 9. I have never updated it at all. Vacuum Dude says, I will avenge Phantom Technologies. Yes. R.I.P. Sears. They are nothing like they were. Their Kenmore machines used to be very well made, as noted by Performance Reviews. Yeah, Performance Reviews is alright. I don't like how, what's the word? He's kind of like, not passive-aggressive, not arrogant, because I think he kind of just, like, dogs on, like, collectors a lot, because he just kind of pretends that, like, a lot of collectors are just, like, stupid and they don't understand how vacuums work, which, I guess I don't really have much, obviously, like, I know a decent amount of vacuum collectors, including the one that's on the phone. But, it's just kind of weird how he's, it's like if someone's collecting vacuums, they probably know at least a little bit about how to fix them. At least that's what I think. I mean, I've been fixing vacuums for 13 years, and that's kind of how I got into collecting them. Actually, 14 at this point. But, I know that not everyone's like that. I mean, what is your thing as far as repairing vacuums? Like, do you do that at all? I know you rip the clutches out of your Dysons. Is he still on the phone?
Yeah, I can repair them.
Yeah. So like you're not like how they work and everything. It's not because Performance Reviews are just like, oh, don't even bother trying to fix this. Just take it to your vacuum specialist. And I'm like, yeah, but like most average people aren't going to be watching repair videos on vacuums. At least I don't think. You know, and most
I mean, taking the clutch off the Dyson is a complicated process, but it can be done at your house.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have like the right tools to do it. I mean, you know, or if you just have the I mean, really anything you can fix if you just have enough patience. Because that's really all it is just a matter of patience. Let's see. So, Intelitech, can you show me the Tekken 3 video game itself? I will at some point. Let's see. Okay, guys, I think we need to stop chatting until Intel catches up. I've never been referred to as Intel. That's interesting. Do you know who Little Nas X is? Yeah, he was the guy who did. Oh, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. I love that song. I love that song so much. I don't know why. Let's see. I honestly am not a fan of rap though. I like some pop. Yeah, I like Post Malone. I like Eminem. I like who else do I like? There's a lot of. I like Logic. I really like Logic. Yeah, there's not that many rappers. Mike Shinoda, I don't know if he really counts as a rapper, but I do really like Mike Shinoda, obviously, because that's tied to Linkin Park. And, yeah, there's not a whole lot of rap that I like, but there's a few. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like the because, like, a lot of my friends listen to, like, really trashy rap music that's just, like, there's, like, nothing to it. It's all just, like, just swearing and talking about drugs and, you know, getting laid and stuff, and it's just not... It just doesn't feel like there's a lot of effort put into it, not a lot of emotion, you know? So, I hear a dog barking in the background, or at least I think that's what that is.
That's my doggies.
Yes. Yes, the barking puppers. Let's see. Oh yeah, Darth Gamer. Oh my god, he's totally not going to see this now. I feel bad. Well, I'm heading out for the night. Good night, everyone. Good night, Darth Gamer, even though you probably aren't going to see this ever, since you're probably already gone. Let's see. Handheld Tech, do you like metal music? It depends on the metal. I like Avenged Sevenfold. I love Bad Wolves. They're like a really new group that I really got into. I love both of their records. Hear Me Now is pretty much one of my favorite songs nowadays. And as well as No Masters, Better the Devil, Learn to Live. All those are just really good songs. Also off their new record, there's a Crying Game is really good. And I don't really remember much of the other songs off their new record, but Bad Wolves is incredibly underrated, and they pretty much exploded overnight, which is fantastic because they really deserve the praise. But they're doing tours right now and everything, and they're doing super well, and I really want to see them live. Let's see. iPhone 8 Plus has the Retina display. Yes, it does. Let's see. Color My E5 Cruise is navy. It's from Cricket Wireless. I don't get items made from China. Well, unfortunately, almost everything it seems is being made in China, so eventually that will be harder to accomplish. Let's see. Cheap plastic made vacuum cleaner. Is it called Soda Pop? Because when you open the lid, it pops. Yes, I am currently drinking a Pepsi Vanilla. As I always am in these streams.
No, I'm a Coke guy. I can't stand Pepsi.
Why do you not like Pepsi? What's wrong with Pepsi? Do you just not like it? Does it like taste too bitter, or is it too sweet?
I live in Atlanta, Georgia, home of Coca-Cola.
I know that. You've said that about 5 times, but I'm trying to understand why you don't like Pepsi.
It's too bitter.
Too bitter, okay. So Coke, yeah, because I agree. Because I've heard people say that, oh, Pepsi's too sweet. It's so much sweeter than Coke. And I'm like, are you drunk? Coke is way sweeter than Pepsi is. At least in my opinion. So I'm assuming that's why you like Coke, because it's a little bit sweeter than Pepsi, and Pepsi's too bitter for you? Well, not for you, but just in general as far as...
I like Coke Zero. I can't have real Coke because I'm pre-diabetic.
Oh, no.
Coke Zero.
Oh, no, that's not good. But, yeah, I've been drinking a lot more diet sodas now, too, just because I don't like that slimy crap that's left in your throat with the corn syrup, with regular sodas and with orange juice. So I generally drink, if I can't find the real sugar variant, I'll generally drink diet. But Pepsi Vanilla is like the one out of a few normal colas that doesn't leave that gross feeling in the back of your throat. So I really like it, and I really like the vanilla as well. Let's see. So I give this every single time because vanilla Pepsi isn't usually around very often. And whenever I don't, sometimes I'll get vanilla Coke because I do really like Coke. I prefer Pepsi, but I mean, it's close enough to where it usually just depends on the day. But more often I'll generally pick up a Pepsi, but that's just me. Let's see. So okay, now I'm finally caught up in the chat mostly. Yes, see. Let's see. What did you think about 2019? Oh, it was just complete ass. It was horrible. Um, the first half of 2019 was okay. Actually, no, it was still pretty bad. Actually, yeah, there's not really much good that happened in 2019 that I could think of, other than the channel growing and getting more support. But that's every year. I mean, I'm not taking that for granted, but it's not necessarily a 2019 specific thing. Uh, what was a good part about 2019? Other than I turned 19, which for some reason 19 used to be my favorite number. I don't know why, and I especially don't know why now. Let's see. They aren't the best, but everything's clearly Chinese made unless you spend thousands on a high-end machine, which I can't afford. So yeah. Pierce's vlog says it's midnight here. It's currently 11 now. Let's see. Alex, you've sent a bunch of very happy and hearty emojis, which absolutely warms my heart. And let's see. Inteltech, what is your opinion on the old Sharp vacuums? Spectra, Roadster, Pursuit. I've never heard of any of those. I know that there's the Shark.
Infinity.
Well, yeah, actually, that wasn't Shark. That was Shark before they were called Shark, because the original Navigator used to be Infinity. Because man, I forgot about Infinity. I really want to find one of those original Infinities, the ones from the early 2000s, because those actually do seem like pretty interesting machines. I would imagine they're not that much better than Sharks, but actually no, the Infinities to me look far superior to Sharks, but I've never used one because they were pretty much the first ever competitor to Dyson ever since Phantom left the market. So, I would really love to check out one of those Infinities. Even the Infinity Navigator, even though I don't like the Shark Navigator, just having one that's under the Infinity name would be cool. That's probably the only time I would keep a Shark, is when it's not even a Shark. Just because...
Next Saturday is going to be a fun day, and I'm going to be sending you lots of pictures.
Okay, that's great.
I'm going to a fur meet.
That's fantastic. I'm jealous that I can't go. But, yeah, let's see. That is the start you're talking about. But yeah, send lots of pictures and get pictures of just everyone, all the adorable fluffs. So, let's see. Hi, can you show Abyssal Vacuum Cleaner? There's one right behind me, so I will just scoot over. There you go. There's Abyssal Vacuum Cleaner. So, let's see. Is it Sunday or Saturday? For me, it is still Saturday. For the next hour, it is still Saturday, because I'm in Central Time, but you're in Eastern Time, right? So it's Sunday for you now, right? Right? Oh, Alex went silent. Let's see. So, diet soda, regular sodas. Yeah, I prefer the taste of regular, but I prefer the feeling of diet. So I hate both. Let's see. I was over 300 pounds, and now I'm down to 210. That's fantastic. I'm proud of you. Yeah, because that's fantastic. I weigh anywhere from 150 to 170. I haven't weighed myself in a very long time. So, I may have gained or lost a little bit of weight. Because I may not be like obese or anything, but I'm very unhealthy. Like, I do not have a very robust exercise schedule, or really any at all. Like, I just point blank don't exercise at all, and that's not very good. I used to ride my bike and stuff, and do push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups and all that, and I can barely do any of that now. I think I gained a large amount of weight when I was going through what I was going through a few months ago. because I was eating like crap, and I didn't have a consistent sleep schedule, and I was constantly depressed and having panic attacks. I was just not in a very good place. But I think I've gotten a little bit better. I'm pretty sure. Then again, I just said how I just had 2 panic attacks in the last 2 nights. So yeah, that's not good. But I'm trying to get myself back on track at least. I'm not successful. I'm honest about that. I'm not successful right now, but I'm still making an attempt. And I think that's at least somewhat, good, because at least I understand that I'm not doing very well. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm kind of worried about that too, because my dad also is I think he's type 2, I'm pretty sure. So I'm kind of worried about being diabetic, considering I have I very well may be diabetic. I probably don't know. I haven't been to a doctor in years, which is really bad. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. 2016 sucked for me. 2016 was the best year. I don't know. 2019 was meh for me. 2018 was my worst year. Oh my. Oh, that's not good. Let's see. Hiding being who I am caught up to me and caused me to, very long story short, almost kill myself. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm always here if you need to talk to anyone, because I went through the exact same thing. Only it wasn't with my identity, it was with my sexuality. But yeah, it was still something that was very, very traumatic for me. But nevertheless, I did at least get through it. I thankfully survived that entire ordeal, which in of itself is an accomplishment, because I was not in a good place. I made a lot of bad decisions mentally, but I got through it. So hey, gotta be glad about that. So now it's on the road to recovery at least. I'm still better than I used to be. Are you still on the phone, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay, I hadn't heard from you in a while. I wasn't sure if the phone was still up. It showed you still on the call, but I was like, you haven't said anything.
I was letting you read the comment.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, let's see. So, Braden, I'm so sorry I went through that much love for you. Yeah, let's everyone give Braden a group hug in the chat. Let's see. New sharks are complete crap. The power lift away is the worst because it has a canister thing that pops off the handle, and you know I hate canisters. Right there. I don't diss on Shark for them having that option to pull off the middle section, because I don't think that's made their design any worse. It just already was so bad that I don't think it could have gotten any worse, although they're probably going to one-up me on that. So at least, you know what? It has the option to be a canister, because canisters aren't very common in the US. So people who like canisters, unfortunately, don't have a lot of options in the mainstream markets. So Shark is, at least they give them that kind of little middle ground at least. Although you have to hold the stupid thing unless you buy that caddy. And, it's just not very pleasant. The fact that you have to hold it kind of reminds me of the Oryx, how they used to call it the canister vacuum, but then they called it the handheld vacuum. They kept changing the name of those things, of those little Oryx, because for some reason Oryx in 2020 still, as far as I know, can't figure out onboard tools. They had one called the Oryx Touch, which was like a one-off, like, onboard tool bagless machine that Oryx made. And apparently it was a really good vacuum, but I don't see him anywhere. Which I guess is why they don't make another one, at least as far as I'm aware. Let's see. My favorite cartoon is Justice League Unlimited. My favorite cartoons are, well, the new one that I'm watching is Kippo and the Wonder Beasts on Netflix. Let's see. My favorite, so I love Regular Show. I love Total Drama. I kind of like Steven Universe. I just never really got into it. I'm sure Steven Universe is the kind of show where if I got into it, I'd really like it. Same thing with Adventure Time, but I just never... You okay?
Yeah, I got a little bit of a cold.
Oh, no, that's not good. Have you taken...
We had snow today, so it's cold.
Oh, yeah, the temperature change probably isn't very good on you. But yeah, so let's see. So those are the shows that I like. I like a few TV shows on like Cartoon Network and stuff, and of course like all the old school like Nick shows. Like, Rocko's Modern Life is one of my favorite animated shows of all time as well. I love Rocco so much. I almost wonder if that's where my obsession with the Australian accent kind of came from, because I just love that show so much as a kid. And I
No,
love
I don't have the coronavirus. Whoever said that in chat.
Yeah, I just saw that too. As far as I know, no one in the chat has coronavirus. Yeah, I've been paying attention to coronavirus because all of the news that I've been consuming has been just completely engulfed in the absolute shit show that's been happening with the Iowa caucuses. So that's pretty much engulfed all of my news attention. Is
I had to put
Iowa.
Isaiah in timeout because he told me to shut up and threatened me that he was a cop.
Oh, that's mean. Isaiah, don't be a prick. Don't be.
So he's in a timeout right now.
Yes, don't. Everyone, this is a rule. Don't be a prick to the fluffy boyo. Let's see, or any of them, any of the people in the chat. Just be nice. Just be nice. Be sweet. Be kind. And
All I told him was to stop asking me the same question about showing me the vacuum in the background.
Yeah, I mean, because, oh my god, I'll just... Here, you see it? It's right there. I'll just hold this thing for the rest of the stream so people keep asking me about it so you can see this stupid name right there. Let's see. Yes, and I showed that comment because it will prove a point. Let's see. Yes, there's no need to bother chat asking the same questions. My favorite cartoon is Sophia the First. She's also my favorite princess. Yes, everyone give Brandy a group hug. Oh no, all these sad stories. I attempted suicide in 2018 because of the pressure of being disliked so much at school. I was always depressed and not a day went by where I didn't break down and cry. Shit, man, I'm really sorry to hear that. Again, I can relate, unfortunately, but well, actually no, I actually like the fact that I can relate to that, because then at least if someone's going through the same thing, then I know what they're going through and I can at least help them with it. Anytime something bad's ever happened to me in my life, that's been kind of my philosophy. It's like, yeah, this sucks. It sucks that I had to go through this, but you know what? Now I know how to help people who go through the same thing, and you know what? I'm willing to take that sacrifice. And it is what it is. So yeah, that's kind of part of the reason I've been like, you know what? I should probably live through this, because if I don't, then it's gonna be all for nothing. So I'll just keep this going, and I'll just give everyone love and make the world a better place. Make my little corner of the world a nicer place. Because obviously you can't make the entire world a better place, but the little corner that you're in, you can make it as good as possible. God bless everyone in the chat. Indeed, God bless everyone in the chat, regardless of your religious affiliation. Bless every single one of you. You all are wonderful people, and I want to give you all hugs. So, except Isaiah. Let's see. Yeah, it was awful. I was dealing with that, constantly being bullied for no reason, my father being a jerk, and my grandma dying, which caused my mom to turn into another person. Dang, yeah. I've had similar things to some of that, and that really sucks. So again, sending virtual hugs to Caleb, and if you were here IRL, I would give you a very tight hug. Let's see. Also, try not to ask personal questions in the chat. At least not like too incredibly, like questions like, oh, do you talk to your dad, and like, who do you live with, and stuff like that. Like, that's all kind of, a little bit too much. But nothing wrong with the people who asked it so far, but that's just for future reference. Let's see.
Isaiah, you're okay. Just be careful with what you say.
Yes, exactly. Because remember, someone who says I'm sorry without changing their behavior is being emotionally manipulative. I don't know why I smiled. That's not a positive thing, but that's something that people often forget. If someone says sorry and they don't stop doing the thing that they apologize for, and they're just gaslighting you, and they're not actually sorry. What a shock, right? Let's see. Yeah. So then other depressy stuff. And yeah, nice friends. I saw a news article recently about some fishers taking advantage of the coronavirus outbreak and acting like WHO. I don't know what that means. I saw a sample email and they misspelled safety as safety. Buster, God bless you, hun. Yes, indeed. Let's see.
Oh, Brayden D, you like Sophia the First? I liked the first season, but I didn't like the second season.
Yeah, I never watched that show. I know I've heard of it, but why am I still cuddling this thing? I know I've heard of it, and I know it's like a Disney show, but I haven't watched much of it. The closest thing that I've watched to that is, did you ever watch Once Upon a Time?
Yes, I loved Dog of a Block though.
Oh, yeah. Well, Once Upon a Time, I was talking about I think it was like a CW show, and it was one where they like blended like fairy tales with like real life, and that was a really I think it's over now. I'm pretty sure. I'm still on like a super early season because I stopped watching it whenever I became single again, but I know that I know that there's what was I about to say? I just completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, Dog of the Blog. I really love that show too. That was really underrated. Let's see. Oh no. I really hope the comment section in this video after it's uploaded is wholesome. Let's see. Bullies are the worst ones, being bullied in school for collecting vacuums and being a furry. Yeah, that sucks. That I kind of unfortunately expected. Although the weird thing is that at my new school, the newest school that I've been at, no one bullies me for anything, which is surprising. Like everyone at my school is at my most recent school, because obviously I'm not in school anymore, was always super, it was always super supportive, and it was kind of weird, like noticing how bad it was in my old schools. After being out of that situation, because like in my old schools, like I had people just like randomly tell me to kill myself just like every single day. Like I had people like on my bus that were just consistent with it, and and just so many things where I just got just really mistreated for no reason at all. The weird thing is that at my old school, the only place that I really fit in was band. And then at my new school is the exact opposite. Like the band program, everyone there just hated me and rejected me for like no reason at all.
You remember in 2018 hearing about the high school in Kentucky that had the shooting?
Yes. It happened in
Marshall County High School?
Yes, I did hear about that.
That was my high school. I was there that day. Very traumatic day that I still can't forget about.
So we both,
2 students.
Yeah. So we both been in school shootings then, because it happened in my school too. 2 years ago, no, 3 years ago. At my high school, I actually even made it on the news that night because I was one of the.
My school made it on worldwide news.
Yeah. I don't know if mine made it on worldwide news, but it obviously it dominated the local news stations. But the sad thing is,
I was born. I had to hide in a classroom because of the active shooter. And when the SWAT team came and found us in the classroom and evacuated us from the school, we were walking down the halls. The halls were full of shoes and cell phones that were abandoned, along with blood drops everywhere.
Dang, yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, I'll never forget about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's a.
And my best friend was shot in his shoulder, and he's in the Special Olympics basketball team.
Oh.
And he became very famous at the school.
Yeah. One of my friends got shot too, also in the shoulder. Thankfully, he recovered. He recovered surprisingly quickly, and it's weird because like I had him in my psychology class like the next year, and he was like laughing and joking about it. He was such a good sport about it.
Was your school the one in Louisville?
No, mine was the one in Illinois. I don't want to say which one, but yeah, it was obviously it was in Illinois because I wasn't living in Louisville at the time. I never went to any school in Louisville either, so it wouldn't have been that. But yeah, so that was pretty traumatic as well. It was someone that I didn't really know that the person, but I knew the friend of mine who
The
got shot.
shooter at my school was a student who was on band and chess club. He was a very loyal student, but then he just dishonored the school.
Well, yeah, obviously. But it pains me so much how how common that is nowadays, and
At least after all these shootings in the past years, schools have become safer places now.
I'm not even sure if I would agree with that. I guess it just depends on which school you go to.
Well, actually, no. When I graduated my senior year last May, we had metal detectors now, and people would sneak jewels in their shoes
Yeah.
so they wouldn't go off in the metal detector. And they'd go in the bathroom and hit up the jewels during lunch.
Yeah.
It was fun. I'm not gonna lie, I did it too. I snuck them in.
You jeweled?
I did.
Oh,
until I
no.
became diabetic.
Oh no. Yeah, I never. I've never jeweled before. But I knew plenty of friends who did, and I never understood the whole jewel thing. I guess it's basically just like the same thing as vaping, from what I understand.
I mean, it felt good, but wasn't good for me.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. But yeah, the one thing I'm thankful for is that one of my teachers, she actually like wrestled the gun out of the kid's hand, because this was in lunch, but it wasn't during my lunch period, so I actually didn't witness any of it. A couple of my friends did, but I myself didn't witness it because I was in gym class at the time, and we were outside, so we were the furthest away from the school that we could have been. So we were super confused when we heard people freaking out, because we were like, what is going on? Because like we didn't see it. And then finally we figured out what was going on, and they apprehended the kid, and they had everyone come outside, and they locked down the school, and you weren't able to go back for a couple days. Because they
Great indeed. You're trans. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you you're not. You're different because of your gender.
Yeah.
I mean, people can be whoever they want to be.
I agree with that. I
who are trans,
completely agree
and
with
they're very
that.
sweet people.
Yeah. So because because I have a few friends who are trans and everything, and they're, and again, it's just like people, it's funny how people, well, not funny, it's kind of depressing how people don't see the parallels. It's like, people used to like act really badly towards black people, and then they act pretty badly towards gay people, and now it's the same thing's happening with trans people. And I can imagine it's frustrating where the trans people and all the allies are like, dude, we've been through this before, we know what's gonna happen, why is everyone still acting stupid about this? And it's just ridiculous.
Well, great indeed. Be yourself.
Exactly.
If you feel like you're a girl, then you're a girl. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, and the thing I don't understand about this is even if someone disagrees, with the idea of it, like, okay, that's fine. Then just you yourself don't do it. Then that's all there is to it. I don't understand, because I hear so many people, and I'm trying not to make this political, but there's so many people where they're just like, oh, well, this is, they'll try to say that because of biology, they'll say, oh, because you were born biologically as one thing, then you can't identify as anything else, because whatever garbage reason they want to say that like is not relevant at all. And it's just really frustrating, because it's like, why do you care so much about something that doesn't affect you by any stretch of the imagination? And it's
just like the furry fandom. People diss on us because the people who do the bad stuff, and
Exactly. The thing about any group of people, whether it's, pick the group, gun owners, vegans, furries, vacuum collectors, whoever, it doesn't matter what the group is. If there's a group that is small enough to be considered a minority, which pretty much any collecting or hobby group pretty much falls into that category as well, then it's going to be defined by the vocal minority. Because, like, you got the people who do really stupid things, and they're the loudest. They're the dumbest and they're the loudest. So they kind of force themselves as being representative of everyone in that group. And that's never how it's ever worked. But it's because we have such a tribal mentality of just stuff in general. Like anything, it's just this group is this. We have this, human beings have this like tribalistic instinct of trying to demonize the others, quote unquote, the others, people who don't fall into your specific clique. And that's how stuff like this happens. And it's very frustrating to see it because, you know that it's a problem, yet so many people just don't understand that it's just a ridiculous thing to get upset about. And, and again, it's like if they're not hurting anyone else, which they're not, because like with the trans thing, like, again, this is getting political, but actually no, I'm not going to talk about that. That would get too political, so never mind. But as far as just any group in general, it's just frustrating how you just have that mentality of, oh, what's the worst example of a person that fits in this group, and we're gonna use that to paint everyone else. It's just stupid. It's just ridiculously stupid, and I think it's just unintelligent, and it just doesn't, it's not productive, and it overall just doesn't make any sense. So regardless of what group you're talking about, let the group themselves define who they are, because that's kind of the point. Like I always hear, especially in like political arguments, you'll see people say, well, you believe this and this is bad. And the other person's like, I don't believe that. I don't know why you're saying that. This is what I believe. And they just ignore it, and they just keep trying to tell people what they are and what they believe. That's always so frustrating. It's like, oh, you're a furry, so you're this. Oh, you're trans, so you're this. Oh, you're a man, so you're this. Oh, whatever the case may be. Oh, you have red hair, so you're this. Oh, you have tattoos, so you're this. And it's just so stupid. And then that's pretty much the end of my rant on that, because I think we pretty much all agree with that. So yeah, so let's see. Yes, Brayden, be proud of yourself. We all love you. Yes, everything that Brayden said about sex and gender is completely accurate. So again, that's starting to get political, but it's kind of frustrating how, like, it's amazing how like a part of someone's like identity can be considered like a political pawn. That's just so frustrating to me. But it's the world we live in now, so all you can do is just kind of try to change it. Let's see. I have Facebook and Skype. Okay, I do as well. I have many different platforms. I have Twitter, Discord, Telegram, Facebook, Skype, Google Hangouts, Amino. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for showing your Abyssal Sweeper. God bless you. I have Abyssal Power Force Helix. Yeah. I have many of these Abyssals. I have a few of them. Brayden, you are truly amazing. You are truly an amazing princess. Lots of love from Alex. Yay, much love. Group hugs for everyone. Let's see. Jorge has lots of accounts. Yes, that's probably true. Let's see. Oh my, the coronavirus may delay the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Well, that's pleasant. Oops. See, Buster only has YouTube and Skype. You promise not to spam? Yes, please don't spam. I hate stereotypes. I mean, why can't girls be themselves and be tomboys, but if boys like dolls, etc., they are committing a crime? Yeah, that's kind of stupid. One thing that I've noticed as someone who sells things is that I've constantly had problems where I've noticed that if I was a girl selling something and I made a mistake about the listing, something that human beings do, it's usually like, if you're a girl, then people are like, oh no, you're fine, I'll deal with it, it's okay, and they won't want to cause any trouble. But if you're a guy, it's just like, you scam me, you evil, horrible person, I want my money back, I'm gonna smear you over everything, I'm gonna kick your blah blah blah, and I'm gonna assault you, and like, I've had people like threaten violence on me because their phone was having issues, and it's like, seriously, are you that immature? And like, the one guy who did that, he's like in his 50s. Like, he's a fully grown man. He made it this far in life.
If the person's going to complain about something you sell, then why did they want to buy the item in the first place?
Well, it was someone who already bought it and they were having problems with it. So like, for example, there was one guy where he was like threatening to assault me because he bought a Galaxy S6. And again, there was no false advertising. The Galaxy S6 is an international unlocked S6. There is no physical way it is locked to any carrier because it was never on a carrier in the first place. It's a factory unlocked phone. And this one dude was having issues using it on his Straight Talk. And I told him, you might have to get a new SIM card because certain Straight Talk SIM cards don't work in certain phones. But the service itself will work. I told him, you have to get the bring your own phone SIM kit and take the AT&T SIM and activate it in your S6. And then it will work on Straight Talk. Every time someone asks, does it work on Straight Talk? I say, yes, it works on Straight Talk. Worst case scenario, you might have to get a new SIM card. That's $5. There's nothing that I said about that was false advertising. And the person kept saying, well, I'm done with it. I already bought her a new phone, so you have to take mine back. And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I advertise the phone. I don't care. It is not my fault that you bought a replacement phone because you had issues with it and didn't tell me. I was clearly here to help you, and I clearly did everything that I could to help you. And this guy was saying, he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna beat the S out of you. And he's like, so you're gonna give me a refund? I'm like, dude, you just threatened to assault me, and you want me to refund your phone? No, that's not happening. And he was like, oh, and you're also going to refund me the data card that it came with. I'm like, I included that data card because I had one. I'm not going to return that because you obviously used it. I can't return something that is going to be used. And again, and that's not even me like saying that in general. Even Walmart themselves won't return it. If a multi-million-dollar company won't return something, then why would I? Especially after you're being rude and hostile to me for no reason. And again, it's like, it's not a matter of, oh my god, I'm offended. It's a matter of you're being uncivil for no reason at all. And I'm clearly trying to help you. And I'm being professional and I'm making sure to solve your problem. And you're going out of your way to be hostile. I'm not going to help you because you don't deserve the help. Yes, r/choosing beggars. r/choosing beggars. Exactly. And, I really need to post some of those. I've had a couple of really bad experiences. I really need to post those on r/choosing beggars because some of the stories are just really funny. Obviously blocking out the person's name. And this one guy, like, he threatened to assault me and he's like, I'm gonna smear you all over Facebook. And I'm like, dude, you just threatened to assault me and you're threatening to smear me all over Facebook. I'm like, good luck with that, because that's not gonna go over well for you. And again, like, obviously, like, he was already mad, so he wasn't gonna get any calmer. So he just kept, screeching more and more and just yelling and cursing. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm not dealing with this anymore. If you had conducted yourself differently, I would have continued helping you. But because you're not, I have no reason to give you support. So just deal with it. I'm sorry. And he kept telling me, he's like, the phone's useless. I can't use this. This phone is so useless. I mean, no, it's not. You're telling me that because you don't want to use the phone that it's useless to you. That's not how it works. And then I looked, and the person was immediately selling the phone for the exact same amount that I sold it to him for. So if it was useless, he clearly wouldn't have been trying to sell it. So yeah. Let's see. If anyone wants my Facebook, it's called blah 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 blah. Skype is called blah blah blah. ESC 78. I don't know why people are just saying random numbers. 78. Hi, Abapo. Someone said the heck. Someone said, oh, I don't know the context of any of these. There's an r/Samsung. There's an r/everything. r/Bissell. I'm sure there's an r/Phantom. I would hope. But yeah, let's see.
Trace, what do you think about the Phantom Cyclone XT.
I've never owned one, so I don't really have a comment on it. I do want one. I predict it's going to be heavier, even heavier than the Thunder. So I'm probably not going to enjoy using it because of the weight. But I'm sure it's
They had a more crappy Cyclone. The filter would clog easier.
Yeah, but at least it had a filter, so it wasn't sending all that fine dust through the motor. At least, you know, so that's good at least.
That's what really killed the Thunders was the dirt going through that little mesh filter that goes through the air intake to the motor that creates the suction. Because over the years, people broke that little plastic mesh off, and then dirt got into the motor.
Are you talking about the shroud? Are you talking about the shroud in the dirt cup, the thing that has little holes in it so the air goes through?
The little clean out trap on the Thunder and Destiny.
Oh
that
yeah.
White thing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, the clean out port. Yeah, those.
A lot of the reasons why the Thunders have bad motors is because people either broke those little things off or didn't know there's a clean out port, and dirt just built up and built up and built up. And that's why you see Thunders that are so clogged. Like your Destiny Plus when you got it was clogged.
Yeah.
Also, what did you eat for dinner?
I had some spinach and a twice baked potato with sour cream.
Guess what I had?
What'd you have? Pizza?
My dad made steak and Parmesan crusted asparagus.
Ooh, yum.
For my mom's birthday. Today was her birthday dinner.
Ooh, tell her I said happy birthday.
I will.
Yay.
She's asleep now.
Yay. Let's see. Oh, I forgot about Vacuum Land. Yeah, I would make an account on Vacuum Land, but I just hate the layout of Vacuum Land so much.
Yeah, their website is so outdated. It's just ridiculous.
So was Furfinity for a while. I think they finally updated it, but I don't like it because it literally looks like Pornhub, which is really stupid. But so I don't have a Furfinity either because I just haven't bothered with it. But I really should, because every time someone like makes art or something, they always have a mirror of it on their Furfinity, and then I can't see it because I'm not logged in. But I don't know.
Do you still have your Shark Navigator Freestyle cordless? Let me know in the comments below.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah. So let's see. Someone asked, what time period did the 6579 Bissell original Power Force run for? Well, that would be the Power Force bagless. I believe the 6579 ran from like 2007 to like 2008, I think. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Wait, no, the 6579, is that the that's the Power Force bagless. I'm starting to get confused with all these model numbers. Let's see. Fall 2005 for like a week, and they went until 6594 until March 2006. The 6594, that's the first Power Force bagless. That's the one. That's not the 6579. That's the 6594. That was the first Power Force bagless, and that was that was basically a turbo without a turbo brush before the turbos came out. Let's see.
Oh, okay, Braden.
Yeah.
He said, and my grandparents I lived with have the Shark rotator cordless, which is the same thing except a dark gray color.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Shark cordless that H-Pad took to the beach and vacuum the sand and beach with.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's
the kind of vacuum I'm talking about.
That's a fantastic use for those sharks. Use them to clean up the beach, save the animals. Hey, use the shark to save the sharks. How about that? Let's do that, huh? Let's see. 6594 is the wide
Did I tell
trunk
you
model.
what HPAD sent me a couple months ago?
What did he send you?
You know that vintage Electrolux he destroyed?
Yeah.
It came with a bunch of accessories and a pack of brand new bags, and he sent me the attachment and bag.
Yeah.
In his description of the video, he said the few usable parts were donated to a collector, which was me.
Yay. I actually asked him because back when he had his powerlifter pet bagged, I asked him, hey, if you ever break that, send me the attachments. But unfortunately, he forgot. So as soon as he posted the video, I'm like, dude, can I have the attachments?
Oh,
and
when he got the Kirby Centria, he texted me from the thrift store,
yeah.
and his car was completely packed with Kirby attachment.
Yeah, I need to get yeah.
Several sets of attachment. Shampooers.
Yeah.
Attachment caddies. Pepper bags. I said, give me some. He said, I'll have to see how much shipping is for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Actually, I need to, while it's still on my mind, I gotta ask him, like, if he ever found, because I don't think he found those attachments. I think he forgot and he threw them away, I'm pretty sure, along with the vacuum. And the thing that sucks is that usually when he's smashing a vacuum anyways, he will take the attachments off it. But, in the one time that, when I specifically said, hey, I especially want the attachments, he forgets and he leaves them on the vacuum as he's smashing the vacuum. Now, granted, none of the attachments got broken, but I'm pretty sure he threw them away. And again, it's like the one time that I ask is like the one time that it gets thrown away. I'm like, isn't that always my luck? But
He's
yeah.
pretty cool dude, though.
No, I know he is. I know he didn't do it intentionally. Obviously not. Because he probably has, I have a terrible memory too, so I know I would feel bad if I did that. But I mean, yeah, it just sucks how that's how it ended up working out to be.
He needs 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
I texted him, I said, when you get 1 million subscribers, do an iPhone giveaway. He said, no, I might want to do a giveaway for collectors.
Oh, like a vacuum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a Phantom. Oh.
No, if he gets a Phantom, he's going to destroy that.
Shit. Well, I guess on the bright side, he would be keeping alive. He would be keeping alive the spirit of Smash Stuff 30. So I guess at least that's kind of okay.
Smash Stuff 30 just destroyed a Phantom Lightning. His latest video.
No, I mean the actual Smash Stuff 30, like the one from years ago.
Oh, he has a new channel. He makes videos still.
That's not the same guy though. He pretends to be the same guy, but it's not the same guy. His voice is completely different. It's not the same person at all. Because I've listened.
Phantom Lightning, that was in really good shape.
I saw a video where he smashed a 6594 Power Force bagless, but it was just clogged, and he sucked up water with it and everything, or he tried to, and just eventually just burned out the motor. But yeah, I don't like that he's plagiarizing the old channel, especially by every stretch. But he still seems cool, I guess. But just the fact that he's plagiarizing all the old videos just really leaves a bad taste in my mouth, because I don't really think that's cool at all. I mean, I even don't like how, I know there's I forgot who it was, but there was another YouTuber that I'm still friends with where they started using the vacuum saved title. I'm like, yeah, I don't own that or anything, but it's just confusing, because now whenever I upload a video, people don't know whose video it is, because he started taking that title and using it on his vacuum acquisition videos.
Vacuum cleaner, carpet cleaner guy, he uses that. He says it.
Yeah.
Saved,
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why, because it's like that's kind of the one that I use. I mean, it's not copyright or nothing, but and I have no problem from it on like I don't think he's stealing or nothing, but it's just the only reason is just because of the fact that now it's difficult to tell whose videos is who because it's the exact same title. And but yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's just like it's confusing because I look through my videos and then I see another an ad. I'm like, I didn't upload that video, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's because it's from it's from carpet cleaner guy, and I'm just like, dude, use something different. Like that's not. I'm sure. I mean, again, I'm not like mad about it or anything, but it's just that's the only reason why I don't like it is I think it's going to be confusing for the viewers, and then I guarantee you at some point someone's going to accuse me of stealing it from them, and I'm like, well, I did it first, and of course you can't really prove that you did it first once it's been out for a long time.
I don't like talking in my videos when I make videos.
Yeah.
I'm very quiet.
Why though?
Why? I don't know. I don't know. I'd just rather be quiet and listen to the actual vacuum itself
Yeah.
as I use it.
I'm like that in my demo videos. The demo videos I do, I don't talk in those videos because it's not important. It's not the review, so there's nothing that I need to say, and anything that I do say, I can just put it in the description. So it's
Your Fury video, man, your Fury, you should have put a headphone warning.
I could have sworn I said it was loud. I don't because I tried it before I turned on the video.
You did, but that thing was screaming.
Yeah. It's whenever I first turned it on, I did jump a little bit because I'm like, oh no, that's not good. I was so disappointed because it's used to. I mean, because I'm assuming you saw the video back when I was still living in Louisville when I did the video, a couple of videos when I first got it.
Next to the Hoover wind tunnel air.
Yeah, that was my ex's vacuum, but the Fury sounded pretty good at that time. At least I thought, if I'm remembering correctly. I haven't watched that video in a while. But it sounded just fine, and now it sounds really bad, and that makes me really sad.
It sounds like it sat outside in a shed that was moist.
Yeah. It sounds like water. Like, it sounds like the motor is waterlogged, which makes me think that whenever that soda leaked on it, that somehow got into the motor. But I don't know how that would have happened, and so I don't think that's the case. But it still sucks nonetheless.
I guess maybe from you not using it and it sitting in your closet, the bearings just dried out.
But whenever it was in Louisville, because I bought that Phantom like in February, and like February or March, and I didn't move into that house until late July. So it was sitting at my ex's house for almost 6 months, untouched. And as far as I know, he never used it. He told me he never used it, and that's pretty much the one thing I trust him on. And it sounded fine. And so it sat there for a while.
Phantom, they're gonna have motor problems.
I know, yeah. Like I mean, that's why I said that I wasn't gonna do a whole house cleaning of it because it sounds bad, and now it sounds even worse. So I'm not even gonna entertain that idea right now, unless I can open it up and get into the motor.
Have you made a full house video of the Destiny Plus? I can't remember.
I did.
Now your Destiny Plus sounds smooth and nice.
Yes. The whole house cleanings are just the ones where it just says the vacuum. It doesn't say demo. It doesn't say whole house cleaning. It's just the ones of the vacuums and where I don't talk and just vacuum the whole house with it. So although I don't vacuum the back portion, I don't vacuum the office, but beyond that, it's my entire house. It's enough, to get the idea of it running, obviously. So
what did you do with those Kirby's that you had? Did you sell them?
I sold them, yeah.
I don't like Kirby's. They're too heavy.
Yeah, they're way too heavy for me. Like with my back problems and everything, I literally cannot move them. unless whenever I'm actually vacuuming with them and I have that little not self, they don't call it, well, it's basically self-propelled. So when I have the self-propel on,
so whiny and noisy.
yeah. So, oh my gosh, I just like completely was ignoring the chat. Let's see. It's like the Vacuum of the Month series. Oh yeah, I know, oh yeah, I should do a well, then again, I don't know if I want to do a Vacuum of the Month. I don't think I have enough to really justify it, but, well, actually, I have enough to where I could cycle through. I easily have enough where I could do, a year or two of Vacuum of the Month. Because, I mean, it's Vacuum of the Month. There's 12 months, and I got 20 vacuums.
I think start a new series called Going to the Thrift Store and Filming the Vacuums that they have at thrift stores.
Well, I have decided recently that any vacuum that I don't get, at the very least, I will. Well, even just in general, anytime I see a vacuum at a thrift store, I will video it, and then I'll include it in the video. If it's a vacuum that I got, I'll include it in the video of the
also,
one.
Send me pics.
Also, what?
Also, send me pics.
I will, yes, and but I just haven't seen any vacuums since the most recent vacuums that I saw were the ones that I got in the last video. So I haven't been to thrift stores and seen them. Well, I mean, because I've been to thrift stores, but I haven't seen any vacuums there. So, but of course, the next time I do see some, whether I get them or not, I'll try to just shoot a quick video of them. I'll try not to be, because I don't like filming in public places because I feel kind of nosy. But if I just keep it on the vacuums, and just quick enough to where you can get like a once over of them, then yeah. And then obviously if I buy them, then yeah.
I went to a Goodwill once and I was testing out the vacuum, and they had a Bissell Power Force, one of the older ones. I'm not good at the model numbers. It was the one that you had that the motor blew up on.
Oh, the Power Force bagless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Goodwill, and they had one for $35. The dirt cup was completely full, and the motor sounded horrible.
Yeah, I would never, even if it, I mean, unless it was one that if it was like a Power Glide, I would still probably bite the bullet on it. Or if the motor sounded good, even if it was like in kind of crappy condition, I'd buy it. But at that point, you're looking to have to rebuild or buy a new motor, and you've already spent almost as much as buying a brand new one anyways. So at that point, is a headlight, assuming it even has that, really worth?
It had the headlight.
Oh, it did have the headlight.
It was burnt out. The belt was broken. It had no attachments, and they wanted $35 for it.
That's ridiculous. But isn't the Goodwills and stuff, like, since you're in a bigger city, aren't they all like always overpriced?
Yeah, Goodwills in bigger cities, thrift stores in general. The Southern thrift market I go to sells vacuums for $30 to $20.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Oh, they had a Eureka Crapture at Southern Thrift, and I tested it out. It was not clogged. The filters were clean, but it had no suction at all.
Interesting. Let's see. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, Buster says all the order of the. Oh God, more of these comments. Hey, Intelitech, try to find a 3593-3 in your area. Completely ignoring the fact that every single time someone asks this question, I say, every single Bissell vacuum that I see, I will buy, unless it's way overpriced and not worth it, obviously. So, don't...
Come on, people. Quit asking him the same questions every single day.
Exactly.
It's irritating.
And then I will say it in the stream, and then someone will comment below the stream once it's finished, hey, can you try to find this? And I'm just like, I just want to strangle you with the power cord. But it's just like, again, calm voice. If I see a Bissell and it's a reasonable price, because I have to add that caveat, because I'm not going to pay, I'm not going to pay $230 for a clean view. But if I see a Bissell and it's a good price, listen to this. I will buy it, and you will see it on a video. In fact,
you need to look for one of the original bad lift-offs from the 90s.
I know Cameron has one of those. He got a new old stock one, which is really cool. But I do want one of those. Do those use the style 1 bags that, like, would my HEPA bags work in those too, or do those use different types of bags?
I think they use the style 7. I think you can use the style 7.
Which is great, because that means my HEPA bags will work in there. Although I need to get some more HEPA bags, because I only have a few left. Or I might actually have a whole other pack. I'm not sure, but it'll be good enough to last me for at least until probably the summer, since I'm using more bagless machines nowadays, anyways. Because I'm the 2190.
When are you gonna make a video on the Dyson original?
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask that. Once, because the Cyclone assembly appears to be clogged, and the filter was in really bad shape, so I'm gonna completely deep clean the thing, just like I did with that yellow 14. So I'm just gonna completely deep clean the thing, and once I deep clean it, that's the only thing is I don't have the security bit that I need to take off the top of the Cyclone assembly.
The one thing that I hate about the DC07 Cyclone is sticking that long pole. You have to make it perfectly fit in the hole.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And, it's so irritating because how loose it is. It moves out of the way. And,
yeah. One thing I'll probably do is, since my low reach has a good Cyclone assembly, if I'm able to completely clean out my DC07 but the Cyclone assembly is still clogged, I'll probably just run it with the low reach Cyclone assembly on it, so you can at least see it running, and then eventually
So the original had clogged Cyclones, like you couldn't see through them?
Well, it's not. I haven't opened it up yet, but I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. But I could be wrong, because the filter was really plugged up too, so maybe it was just the filters. Because I haven't touched the HEPA filter yet.
People who had the DC07 didn't know there was a filter on the side of the vacuum.
See, it's funny because you said that, and well, here's the thing. Like I have a hard time believing that premotor filter in that machine was never. Actually, I have it right here. Because I cleaned out the low reach and the 07 original filters at the same time. Although, so I have the low reach this thing on the original right now, because the low reach is buried in my closet. But this filter, it wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't that bad at all. Like, it had a little bit of dirt on it, but in fact, actually, it still does, apparently. Oops. There was a little bit right there that apparently I missed.
Animal, I have the filter looks brand new, and it's the original filter.
It's a genuine OEM Dyson?
Yeah, it's got the original genuine filter.
Yeah.
It's got the original HEPA filter, which was last replaced on June of 2007, and it has still got white where the carbon dust should be.
How do you know it's from 2007? Does it have like a date code on it?
Because my family actually, my godmother actually wrote the date every time it needed to be replaced on the sticker. She would write on the filter when she would replace it.
Oh, I forgot. Some of the DC07s actually had a sticker right there that you could write on. All the ones that I've had were all missing that sticker.
When I got the DC14, the person that gave it to me, it has a replacement generic HEPA filter and washable filter.
Yeah.
So, not the best quality.
Yeah, let's see. Trace is Intelitech's real name. No, it's not. My real name is Chance, but my nickname is Trace, and the channel's name is Intelitech. You can call me any of the three. I don't care. As long as I know you're talking about me, I don't care what you call me. For the most part, within reason. So, but yes, my real name is Chance, but one of my nicknames is Trace, and I the channel's name is Intelitech, so that's clearing up the confusion on that. So you can call me any of them, I don't care. As long as I know you're talking to me. Let's see. So, dude, I need your darn hell. Please tell me my shark just has a foggy container. I don't know how you can clear up the foggy containers. That's just going to happen with all of them, whether it's a Dyson, Abyssal, a shark.
You can use WD-40. Try WD-40.
And that will make it not foggy anymore?
It'll make it shiny. Like it'll get some of the cloudiness off.
So it'll improve it at least. It's not going to look brand new,
Yeah.
but it'll look nicer, right?
That's what I did to the DC-07 bin.
Well, one thing I love about Dysons is that not just the bin, but just the entire outer part of it, the plastic that they use is fantastic because it cleans up very well. Like my Bissels, if they get like paint marks on the base, like my Powerglide Platinum, I scrubbed off some of the paint marks, and now that like dark red is like faded on some of the parts on like the wheels of my Powerglide Platinum. The Dysons don't do that. The Dysons, I can clear off the paint marks and I just wipe it down with like some Windex and it looks brand new. That's one thing I love about
Dysons. 1 o'clock for me.
The what?
I said 1 more minute till 1 o'clock for me.
Not 1 more minute. 2 more seconds. Yep, now it's 1 o'clock. So
12, now it's 1.
yes, there we go. Okay, so maybe yours is a couple seconds behind. Well, that could just be because you're on the phone. So yeah, for me, it's midnight now and 14 seconds. So, but yeah, so also there was like so much dirt in this filter that the filter was actually puffed out of the assembly, and now it fits flush again. But at the same time, it actually, I don't even know if that's accurate because I think it was just like the dust, but there wasn't like any big dirt on this. Like it was dusty, but it was far from the worst filter I've seen. So I have a hard time believing that they never ever washed the filter in this. As far as like, them, because you mentioned how them not knowing the filter at all. Like I mean, if that's the case, then then these filters are really good at staying relatively clean after a decade and a half of straight usage with no maintenance. And honestly, I think the HEPA filter is probably plugged up with a decent amount of stuff because I've seen the HEPA filters get pet hair on them. And that clearly means that their Dyson is not doing a good job at filtering because it's all blowing past the filter and going into the motor and being spat out of the HEPA filter.
Oh yeah, you need to take the cover off and look at the HEPA filter.
Yeah. I don't want to open it up until I'm replacing it though, because I don't want to open it over and over again because I don't want to risk breaking the plastic tabs.
I did that on the DC-07.
Yeah, because I've broken a couple of those tabs. There's like a certain technique that you need to do to like release the tabs without snapping the cover, especially on the sides, because the sides are really weak, especially
Hey,
the
H-Pad's in the chat.
Oh my god, the legendary H-Pad.
Hello, H-Pad.
Hello. H-Pad, I didn't look in Discord, but did you ever find those attachments for the power lifter? I don't think you did, but or did those get trashed? Because my Discord is being stupid right now, so I can't see if you responded to that or not. Let's see.
H-Pad, do you still have those Kirby attachments?
Yeah. H-Pad says hi. Hello, H-Pad. Let's see. Attachments got recycled. Did save the pet thing though. Shit. Okay. Oh, so you have the turbo brush. I'm assuming that's what you mean by the pet thing. Because if so, I want it. Also, in future, any Bissell attachment you get, please save them. Or Phantom, obviously. Or Dyson or whatever. Or I guess Dyson if you... Well, here's the thing. If you have Dyson attachments, then get a hold of both of us and we can split it up amongst ourselves. Who wants what Dyson attachment if you somehow get those. Alex gets the crevice tools. I get the dusting brushes. Actually, no. Don't you have like a whole bin of like random Dyson attachments?
Yeah.
I have a spare crevice tool for a DC-07 right now. That's about it because both my Dysons have all their attachments, and I have another DC-07 crevice tool. So
Hey,
that
Pat, could you send me a little bag of attachment of Kirby stuff?
yeah. Also, by the way, HPad, Robert/Alex is on the phone. The guy that you sold the what did he give you again?
The Electrolux attachment.
Yeah, the
You
Electrolux
didn't sell 'em.
attachments. Yeah, so I don't know if that rings a bell. I actually, yeah, you know who he is because I've mentioned him in the Discord server a couple times. I'm pretty sure I did, anyways. My memory is garbage. But yeah, so he's on the phone now. So he's calling into the studio. I say studio like I'm in a professional studio. I'm clearly not. There's oh my god, I left all my clothes on my bed. That looks really gross. But I do have the giant plushie, of which I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna grab the giant plushie.
HPad, what's your favorite thing about your Kia Soul? I know it's your baby. Comment your most favorite thing about it.
What kind of car do you have, Alex?
I don't drive.
Oh. Okay. Do you have your license?
No.
Oh.
My mom drives a Honda.
Oh, okay. Don't feel bad about not having your license yet. I didn't get my license until I was actually I think I was already 19 at that point. I don't think I've even had my I haven't even had my license for a year at this point. But yeah, I also didn't
Make a review on your Toyota Avalon. An ownership review.
I've been thinking about it, but I want to like review other things first because like I still have to review a few laptops, a bunch of phones. I'm swamped with reviews and I'm just completely lacking the motivation right now to get any of them done, and that makes me really sad.
Hey, text me tomorrow and show me what you can send me for the Kirby stuff.
Yeah. Also, HPad, in the Discord, PM me in Discord and send me your number if you want. If you want my number, then yeah, so I can make sure to contact you outside of Discord, if need be. Let's see. Yeah, so I have a 2003 Toyota Avalon XLS, and so
hey,
it's.
Pat, can I just give Trace your number?
We'll see if he responds to that. Yes, the plushie is so cute. Yes. Let's see. IntelliTech, why are you hugging a giant teddy bear? It's not a teddy bear. It's a husky. But I'm calling it a wolfie. The question is, why are you not hugging a giant teddy bear and or wolfie and or husky? Because you should be. And because I'm lonely and I have no friends. So I need to. Hey, it's better than heroin. Hey, HPad, can you do a video on destroying the Shark Navigator Liftaway Deluxe? Yes. HPad, please destroy a shark. I don't know if you've he's destroyed a few sharks, but please destroy more sharks because they are worthy of destruction. And I guarantee there's so many broken ones out there that you can't find parts to. Dysons don't deserve it. I don't think he's ever destroyed a Dyson, at least not that I can remember. But yeah, so let's see. I've been tempted to get a new shark. Well, then stop tempting yourself because sharks are just disgusting. Also, HPad, I know, like obviously, it's your money and everything, but if you're going to smash a vacuum, try to get one used before you get one new, because at least. Don't destroy a new, like, because I've seen, like, Sean K, like, they buy a brand new Bissell and immediately destroy it. It's like, no. Go to a thrift store and find one that's all beat up and gross, and at least break that one, so at least it's not, you're not taking away the number of new units that could go to someone who needs it. But again, it's your money, you can do whatever you want, but that's what I would do if I was still breaking vacuums and stuff. I would make sure to only destroy ones that you know, like that Power Force that caught on fire. You know, I was in the middle of smashing that one because it had a bad motor. There were so many broken parts on it. There was not really much worth saving. So in that case, it was perfectly fine, you know, to destroy it because it was, you know, wasn't really much value to it. Let's see. Anyways, I'm going to bed. I've been on the stream for 2.5 hours. See you in the next stream. It's currently 1:07 here. Good night. Good night, Pierce's vlogs. I like plushy huskies. I do too. They're so cute. I love them. But yeah, so Buster at night. Buster. If I can talk today. Buster1849 says I've been tempted to get a Dyson Kinetic. Yeah, I mean, I've heard really bad things about them, and I have a very low opinion of newer Dysons in general, but the thing is that I do think they're still really interesting. I would never use one as a daily driver just because the cyclone setup is just so horrible on it, and they get abused very easily. I've only destroyed a few new ones at thrift store. You should see some of the things seen. Haha, yeah, right. So that's fine. Like if you, yeah, or at the very least, like in the case of the power lifter, like I'm sad you destroyed that. I wanted that, but hey, again, you know, if you, in that case, since you used it for a while, and I forgot, didn't something go wrong with that, or oh no, you just wanted something new, I think. So, in that case, you know, like at least you used it for a bit and you were able to kind of torture test it in a way and then, you know, let it go. But was that power lifter still within warranty? Because if it is, you should have tried to return it and see what they say. Obviously, no business would actually return it, but it'd be fun to see. Yeah. Let's see. Hey Hunter, what's your favorite vacuum? Well, that's a great question. Yeah, so this is basically just Hunter has basically just hijacked this stream at this point, which I am totally fine with because I believe he's a much bigger channel than I am. I'm pretty sure, as well as pretty much all the Smashing channels have grown for a lot bigger. So I would probably grow my channel a lot faster if I just smashed a bunch more stuff. But I don't want to do that. There's already enough of those channels out there anyways, and obviously plenty of other people do a much better job. And I've kind of outgrown Smashing in a way. I still do it once in a while, but with neighbors and stuff, it's just, you know, I just try not to. Let's see. Now I've been using the Bissell Power Force Rewind. It's okay, but filtration sucks. Okay, also HPAD is now a moderator. Of course. Let's see. So, what is your least favorite vacuum? HPAD, look out for more Dysons. Haha. But yeah, so HPAD, if you get any Bissell accessories that you want to get rid of in future, ever, anything Bissell. Okay? Or just attachments in general. Just be like, hey, I got a bunch of attachments. Like, save the attachments in general. Just be like, hey, who wants these attachments? But obviously, me and Alex get priority because we're your favorite friends, right? Right? Let's see. I've never seen Dysons in thrift stores, but I would love one to use though. Who made Hunter a mod? Obviously the person who has the mod powers. Because I don't think mods can make other people mods. I don't think. Otherwise, you just have a paradox of mods. But yeah, I'll try to remember. Okay. I'll just text you every single day. Well, no, because I don't have your number. But if I do, I'll just text you every single day. Do you get any attachments? No, I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I don't want to be annoying or anything. But yeah, just try to remember, because you didn't remember this time, and I'm sad. But you know, I understand it happens. Obviously, I have a pretty terrible memory, so I cannot get mad at someone for having a terrible memory because I have the worst memory ever. Worst memory ever. And I just completely forgot that Robert was on the phone. But yeah, so my memory is pretty crappy. So, yeah. So, what are you up to now, Alex?
I'm in bed.
I am not.
Are you still holding that plush?
No.
Because on my screen, it's you holding the husky plush.
No, I'm not holding the plush anymore. Your screen is lying to you. Totally not holding the plush. That's a lie. I still have the brush thing if you want it. Shouldn't cost too much to ship. I mean, yeah, because like that's only like that big. So yeah, I'll give you $10 for that, or however much it is to ship, and then give you a couple extra bucks so you profit off of it as a little incentive to help out a friend. But yeah, I definitely want it. Even though I have a couple turbo brushes, but I don't have any of the new. Actually, no, I do have one of the newer turbo brushes. Nevertheless, I still want it because a lot of times they're missing the turbo brush. There was a powerlifter pet bagged that. Oh wait, HPad, did you have the bracket thing that comes in too? I forgot if you said if you had the bracket for the turbo brush or not. But either way, if you do, send that because I actually saw one, but I didn't get it because it was missing the bracket. And the bracket's kind of important because at that point, it's no different than a power force, other than the wider cleaning path. There's not really a point to it. I think the brush roll is a bit different too. What do you think would happen if I took my power track back to Lowe's to return it? They would laugh in your face because the vacuum's like 20 years old. Almost 20 years old. Well, no. 2003, 4? So, oh yeah, missing attachments are the worst. Yeah. And the worst thing is that it's not like the older power, like, see, this is kind of like a double-edged sword thing because I love it when vacuums color coordinate the attachments to the machine. Like, remember when Dyson used to do that? When, like, the original and the low reach would have color matching attachments? I don't think they ever did that in America. Well, maybe they did, but I know they definitely did it in the UK. Those were nice. I love that, but if the attachments go missing and you find a generic replacement, they're never going to look the same. And you almost kind of wish that it wasn't that way in the first place because at least it would look legit. So it kind of goes both ways. My power drag is only 15. Yeah, so 15. So I think that, I love the color coordinate. It's the same thing with the parts too. Like, another reason why I haven't replaced the HEPA filter on my low reach, if I crack that assembly, I can't find a replacement. Because that's the dark purple HEPA filter cover. So I wouldn't want to replace it unless I found a replacement part that was in stock. And then I would immediately try it, and then so that way if I broke it, I could order the part. Or I'd probably just go ahead and order the part so I had it on hand. Yeah, so let's see. Also, how do you polish out scratches? Can anyone tell me? Even HPad, just someone tell me. Yes, on plastic, if you have like the paint marks, well, first off, are we talking about scratches or paint marks? Because the paint marks, like the white marks that you get on plastic, you can just scrub that off with the abrasive side of a sponge. Scratches, though, like deep scratches, are much harder to get out because those deep scratches are often much deeper than what any sort of sandpaper can do. You could try like a magic eraser, which is basically just like an abrasive side of a sponge, but up a couple notches. So a magic eraser would buff out the edges, and that could take off the scratches. However, be careful because that stuff will wipe off logos. So if you have a scratch like on the Dyson logo and you wipe it off, you're gonna scratch off the logo. Which, if you want to debrand your vacuum, then yeah, that's fine. So I guess if you're about to shoot a commercial with like a generic vacuum, sure. But for anyone who's going to be watching this chat, probably not a good idea. So just be careful with magic eraser, but that can get out light scratches. So yeah, so for paint marks, abrasive side of a sponge. For scratches, light scratches, magic eraser. And always cover it afterwards. Like try to like spray some cleaning solution on it, like some isopropyl or some Windex, both before and after you do that, so you don't risk messing up the paint as badly. Now, some Bissell's aren't going to handle that nearly as well, so a lot of the paint's going to fade. If it's black, it should be okay, but if it's like red, like my Power Glide Platinum, it's going to fade and it's going to look really terrible. So that's the unfortunate part about, like my Power Glide Platinum, for example. I took some of the paint marks off of it, and as a result, there are now fading. There's now fading on the wheels where I cleaned up the paint marks. I have no idea what a scrub mommy is, but if that's anything like a magic eraser, then yeah, because magic eraser is just like basically just like a super duper fine grit sandpaper. It's pretty much all Magic Eraser is. But again, like sandpaper, you can damage the actual plastic and everything. Someone just asked, "Are you sad?" Yes. Let's see. Vacuum Lover says, "Time to get to work." Interesting. But yeah, so let's see. Is there any... Okay, now pretty much all caught up with the chat, and I just got some messages. Ooh! I wonder if Faye finished my art yet. Let's see. Okay, where the hell am I going to put this thing? Okay, I'm going to put you up right here, and you're going to sit there, and here we go. Boop. Okay. There we go. Now we're fine. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, I just missed a bunch of Telegram notifications. And Discord. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, this is fully charged. I still have no idea where my iPhone 6S is. I think it's in my car. Let's see. Let's see. And my adorable friend from Australia isn't responding to me. Why not? Nobody tell him that I have a crush on him. Let's see. Send that one. Okay. Let's see. Wait, using the iPhone as a main? This is not my main phone. Again, my main phone I'm on a phone call with. So no, this is not my main phone. My main phone is the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 with a teardown skin from D brand and a carbon fiber orange skin over the camera and a clear UAG case. And this is the blue Note 9 as well. So 128 gig. This isn't the 512. It's the 128 gig Note 9. So yeah, this iPhone 6 Plus is not my main phone. This is one of my secondary phones, along with an iPhone 6s, a Samsung Galaxy S5, and a Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Those are all the phones that I rotate as far as ones that I use the most often. But obviously, the Note 9 is my daily driver. So that's the one with my SIM card in it, and that's on my Verizon account. So let's see. Yeah, so I'm not using the iPhone as a...
I'll go now.
What?
Talk to you tomorrow.
Oh, you have to go now?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Alright, go get some rest.
Alright, night.
Alright, good night. Have a good night. Everyone say bye. Alright. Bye-bye. Sleep well. Alright. Everyone wish Alex a beautiful night. And, artist friends. Good, she says awesome. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my phone. I don't know your last name, Hunter, so I don't know what to put it in as my phone. So I will put Hunter HPAT. For now, I will fix it later. Save. Okay, let's see. Yes, good night, Alex. Sleep wonderfully. All I missed was laundry room and upstairs. Okay, I'm assuming he just messaged me on Telegram, presumably. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yes. Yes, he did. Okay. So we'll wish him a good night. Okay, I need to find the right sticker to send for the good night. So this for the good night, and it's good for that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh my gosh, it's 12:24. Cheese and rice. That is really bad. So, do 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 do. Ooh, Majira strawberry. Majira. Did someone just message me? Oh, need more stickers. More stickers. More stickers. More stickers, more stickers, more stickers, more stickers, more stickers. That is funny. Anyways, yeah, it looks like pretty much everyone is through with the chat. So I'm probably gonna sign off in a little bit, in a couple minutes. So yeah. Do 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 do. All right, it is 12:25, so I am probably gonna stop streaming pretty soon, if not right now. And yeah, Streamcat stream. Yeah, the stream chat has kind of gone down in quality. When I get to work, you're gonna sign off. I have no one to talk to, which means I gotta go to bed. When are you gonna send me the link to your Discord? I already sent you the link to the Discord server. I could have sworn I did. Did I? Yeah, I already did. Oh well. Anyway, guys, this is Tag Studios signing out from the YouTubiness after several hours of successful streaming and lots of people in the chat, which I'm super happy about. I'm gonna go ahead and sign up. It is 12:26 where I live. For some of you guys, it's even later. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and I hope you all have a good one. Have a good one. I just said the same thing twice. Okay, bye bye.